All right, Vestas, let's come on into the room. Let's come on to the room right here. Today is day 51 for Karmelo Anthony, and this is going to be a very special live tonight because we all saw exactly what Ben Crump said today regarding several cases. And you know that is exactly what I'm going to do over here. I'm going to use my platform to speak about every case that I know of to the best of my ability. The Carmelo Anthony appeal enters day 51 as the new legal developments, post-conviction proceedings, Ben Crump updates, and all civil rights and the injustices that the Black community is facing continues to draw national attention. As I stated, and I'm going to say it again, Carmelo Anthony has been wrongfully convicted and jailed for 51 days as today. And we're going to continue to examine the latest legal developments, appealing processes, and a broader question surrounding the entire criminal justice system. So first, shout out to Willie D. I was watching your live today. Shout out to you. Thank you for posting that as I was busy doing what I was doing. But thank you. Of course, I'm shouting out Willie D early because I got several clips that we're going to go over together. Ooh. All those families, we're going to keep pushing. We're going to keep pushing. But I just want to let you know this to my audience. Even if you're just a viewer that is casually passing by and watching this clip here, to Black America, we have two cases that is now the litmus test. We have one young man that is behind federal prison bars now for 51 days for being wrongfully convicted. And then we got several young Black men, Nolan Wells, Daniel Mike Erving, and TJ Davis, just to name a few that has lost their life in different bodies of water. That is also a litmus test. So when I say, hey, Black America, this is our time to stand up, this is exactly what I mean, because if we sit down and let Carmelo Anthony and his case fall to the side, guess what? Maybe in 6 months, maybe next year, they'll do it again. That's why I call it a litmus test. They're giving the Black community a litmus test just to see how we're going to handle this and if we're going to stay the course. As I stated, this is day 51. And as you know, over here, I can't speak for nobody else. But over here at Tony Talks, Vested Up, Compelling Sports Edge, we will stay the course all the way up to 19th of August, the 20th of August, and then his new trial date. Also, Nolan Wells, what she said sports, she has that. I'm going to give my attention to Daniel Erving and the information when I can pull it out and when it's updates regarding TJ Davis. And let's not forget our beautiful young lady, Angelique Cunningham, that was drowned up there in Toledo, Ohio by a so-called neighbor and a so-called babysitter on July the 1st. Can you imagine what her mindset was when her neighbor, aka her babysitter, aka her destroyer, put her in that boat? Probably saying, hey, we're going to go out in the middle of the lake and we're just going to enjoy it. Angelique probably got happy. She probably was excited, but not knowing within 15 minutes of that boat leaving the marina, she would never see school again. She would never see her parents again. She would never see her classmates again. She would never even go to high school, a complete middle school, never go to a prom, never go to a date, never drive a car, never hold a job or pursue her own career. And then I found out that lady, her bond was $50,000. And she did get out on that bond. And she agreed, guess what the conditions was? Until her trial date, her only conditions was, don't go near the family. What? Don't go near the family. I'm going to bring that to you tomorrow. May hold on to Saturday. But see what I'm saying? We will stay the course, Black America. We stay the course. We're the only one that can fight this. Yes, thank you to the white community, to the sector that is speaking out with the Black community regarding this. But This is where we stand up again. And when we stand up this time here, we're not going to fall back and get complacent again in America. We're not going to do that no more, because as you see, when we get complacent and we feel like, hey, everything is good, and when they condition us to tell us that racism is dead, racism doesn't exist no more in the borders of the United States of America, with 2026, 2025, 2024, 2023, 2022, 2021, 2020, even with the pandemic, 2019, 2018, 2017. How many more years do you want me to go back, Black America? That's why to all of the politicians, midterm elections is coming up. That's why when we over here, we doing homework over here. Take the time out to look at your candidates. Look at your candidates. Republican or Democratic. But Texas, oh, Texas, you different. Texas, you are different. You have to get Ken Paxton and Pat Fallon out of those positions, because of right now, it seems like they're holding on to, it's called, for real, judicial immunity. That is a thing. So once we knock them out of those positions, once Texas knocked them out of those positions, Texas, you will see a change. And listen, those are not county positions. Those are not district positions. They're over your whole entire state, Texas. Mississippi, the same thing with you, Mississippi. I haven't went down your ballot yet, but you definitely need to take a look at who you have that's about to come up to re-election, because your governor over there, excuse my French, is showing his ass just like Ken Paxton and Pat Fallon and who's the one they call the Rolling Stone, the Hot Wheels, Greg Abbott. Texas and Mississippi, trust me, Texas and Mississippi, you got our attention. You have everybody in America's attention. I thought Texas was going to be the only one. Nope. Mississippi, we watching you too. Now, let me go ahead and begin this right here. I just want to let you know we also going to just to discuss the other cases that have drawn public attention, including Bart. I got you, Bart. I'm going to show you how to read these NFL stats. I'm sorry, collegiate stats at this point. Nolan Wells, Daniel, Mike, Erving, and TJ Davis, who passed away 5 years ago, and his mother, and I'm pretty sure, I need to go out and check. I'm pretty sure she was asking for $5,000, and I'm pretty sure she has that to even get and retain a lawyer. We shall see with that. And then we also going to explore broader concerns. Well, we'll talk about that later. Okay. Let's see how the flow of tonight goes. Now, here we go. So, investors, make sure you go and get your notes, your drink, and your vest, because we start vested up over here 365 degrees at Tony Talks Vested Up, compelling sports edge. So you already know this. Karmelo Anthony, listen, I don't care if I got to repeat myself for the first 10 minutes. Karmelo Anthony hearing dates are set for a possible new trial, judge removal. Remember, the 19th of August and the 20th of August. From the articles that we was reading, they will be streamed public or open to the public. If they're not going to be streamed, I don't understand why, because this is a high profile case. But if it's not going to be streamed, I would definitely look for the commentary and some of the videos that is going to come out of that from other content creators. Okay. Now, we did discuss this in the last live that I did. Karmelo Anthony, after looking at the Texas law, the only way that Karmelo Anthony is not going to appear at the second motion to scheduled on the 20th of August, the motion for a new trial, is if his lawyer doesn't require him or if the judge doesn't require him. It has to be some type of order that says he does not have to appear. I don't think that's going to be the case. I'm pretty sure he is going to appear. I hope 99.99%, because once he is granted a new trial, and I discussed this in the other live, the old verdict will be cast away will be cast away, and he will get a new trial. And at that time, his legal defense will request the judge to release him. It could be some conditions of a release, but all they have to make sure is they have to request a release. And from there, we're going to move forward. Now let's keep going. Now, this is just a small recap, because I say every day until Karmelo Anthony gets on the stand. And listen, let me tell you one thing. Even on the 20th, don't be surprised, because on the 19th, it's just going to be a half a day. They're predicting just from 9 to 12. What's that, Central Standard Time? Yeah, that's when the judge, Sid L. Harrell, will hear the, let's see here. We'll hear, let me check my audio. Okay. We'll hear the case to recuse John Roach. John Roach already did all the damage that he could in regarding that TV interview, right? But the 20th of August, I expect Karmelo Anthony and also Mike Howard to make an appearance to speak on that affidavit that he submitted with the motion for a new trial. Okay. Let me go ahead and turn this down right here. All right. So just a recap. Premeditated murder generally refers to an unlawful killing that is committed after a person has formed the intent to kill and has time. Karmelo Anthony didn't do that. The first degree murder, this is what the first degree murder is bound with. You have to show proof of this. It was not the case in the Karmelo Anthony case. I'm going to speed through these a little bit because I want to definitely get through the Ben Crump, some of the segments that I got from that. Premeditation murder includes three key concepts: the intent, the premeditation, deliberation. Now, according to several people, Hunter, Jeff Metcalf, also U.S. Congressman Pat Fallon, he stated that the boys didn't know each other. So where's the intent? Where's the deliberation? If you don't know nobody, how can they say that you deliberately plan to murder someone? Oh, is that a sentence? Is that a word I can say on YouTube? Unalive someone. Let's keep going. This is elementary right here. And I still have trolls even today coming under my video saying that, what is it to... I had one guy said he already had an opportunity to testify and he declined. Why does he need another opportunity to testify? Let me tell you one thing. When people are coming into the chats and everybody's chats with these crazy rhetorics, they know exactly what they're doing, but they're playing dumb. I don't care if Karmelo Anthony did decline to testify or did testify in the first trial. With the motion for a new trial, he will have the right to testify. I got some stuff coming in. I got some stuff coming down the pipe. Now, just to go over this right here, evidence that prosecutors often use to prove premeditation. If you go through all the bullets, prior threats to kill, none found. Purchasing or buying a weapon, not found. Laying in wait or ambushing the victim, not found. Planning the time and location, not found. Attempts to conceal the crime afterwards, not found. Okay, statements showing an intent to kill before the act, not found. So I beg, just on this slide alone, what did the prosecution tell the grand jury to either convince them that Karmelo Anthony was warranted a charge of first-degree murder? I'm sorry, first-degree unaliving, not found. Okay, listen, what is not necessarily premeditated? And listen, I went through the whole entire during the last live. I showed you where these results was not fabricated. I didn't modify them. I didn't manipulate them to say what I wanted to say. Is in the last live. What is not necessarily premeditated? Stop at the first bullet. A sudden fight that escalates unexpectedly. Mike Howard, but we already know Mike Howard. We already know about the agreement. Some people don't even, they're still asking me what type of agreement you talking about. They think Mike Howard didn't even write the affidavit. We're going to keep pushing. That's up to them to find out. All right. The next slide. In Texas law, let's see here. In Texas law, the penal code does not use the term premeditated unaliving as an element of the offense of murder. Instead, look at this, y'all. This is what Texas used regarding that penal code. A person commits unaliving under certain circumstances, such as intentionally or knowingly cause another death. As I stated in the slide before, where did the prosecution prove that Karmelo Anthony was intending to do anything that day except for run track? Karmelo Anthony, in his book bag, all he had was snacks, pieces of paper, his keys, his comb, his necklaces. There was nothing in that book bag on his persons that said that he intended to do anything that day except for run track. Karmelo Anthony, if Karmelo Anthony had left originally and officially left the crime scene, got in his car and hopped away, that would be different. But that's not the case. He ran to get an adult to explain to them what was going on in the stands. Every day I'm gonna give you a recap. Yep. Let's keep going. And we already know this. Mike Howard, the defense, they didn't go through none of this right here. The mental state of Karmelo Anthony, they said no psychologists are not allowed to testify. To all of the trolls and the distractors that may come across this video, go read the affidavit yourself, but you're not going to do that. You just want to stir up. You just want to stir up division and try to convince someone like my audience that whatever you say goes. That's not true. Look at this. Look at this. Planning and decision making. Karmelo Anthony, none of this was found. This is why I know I'm standing on it 100% that a new trial will be granted for Karmelo Anthony. And like I said before, do not be surprised. Do not be surprised, because I'm telling you now that it's going to be a new trial granted. And if the judge consider everything, especially that gentleman's agreement, especially if Mike Howard himself get on the stand, take an oath, and testify to the affidavit, I don't care if somebody said, oh, that's not real hate. That's for another court to decide on and deliberate. But if Mike Howard has the courage and the audacity and the confidence to get up on the stand and say, yes, judge, I stand by my affidavit, the judge has to take that in consideration, because we already did our homework. Mike Howard is the first lawyer ever defense attorney ever to do an affidavit of this right here. Ever. That's why I said this is a litmus test, because what we have witnessed here at Tony Talks Vested Up, Compelling Sports Ed with this case, it may never happen again. When have you heard of any lawyer basically saying, yes, I railroad my client? Never. This is a litmus test. Black America, stay with it. Black America, stay with it. We have been with this for 51 days. 51 days, Black America is still remembering free Karmelo Anthony, free Karmelo Anthony, free Karmelo Anthony. And thank you to Jebediah Brown last weekend on July the 27th for marching down the streets of Baton Rouge for free Karmelo Anthony. We haven't forgot about you, young man. We haven't forgot about you. Let me tell you one thing. I came into the room to set it up. Look at this right here. She posted this at 3:52 p.m. I feel like the more we talk about Nolan, Karmelo is less mentioned. I wish there was more we all can do. It's like my spirit is unsettled and yearn for this baby. That's why I said several lives ago, this should be a slam dunk to get a motion for a new trial. But we have to also be wary, because behind the scenes, just like we pushing our good energy and we see that this is common sense, who's know what people is doing behind the background just to get to the judge or put pressure on the judge. But that's okay, because if pressure is put on the judge, guess what? And thank you for that, Kyren President 4256. Just in case pressure is put on the judge. Hold on. Did I take it out? Here we go. Let me go to this slide right here. Don't forget, as of now, the motion for a new trial is the second level. If this gets denied, which I don't think it will, on the 20th, look at this. The Fifth Court of Appeals, that's in Dallas, okay? And even if they deny it for some strange reason, then you got the Texas Court of Criminal Appeals. It's still not over there. It's still not over. Then you got the federal habeas proceedings, still not over. And then the last thing would be the U.S. Supreme Court. So let's keep pushing. We're going to keep hope. We're definitely going to keep hope. Hold on. Let me go back up to this right here. I'm trying to get through these real quick so I can go ahead and get to the conference. Let's not forget, pushing our emotions aside, this is the law. This, what you're seeing here, is the definition of the law. And Collins County didn't prove none of this. Prove none of it. None of it. Let's remember that. None of it. Now, I think that Judge Sid Carl Harrell is going to do exactly what he needs to do on the 19th of August. Now, while the second judge has not been identified or announced yet, I don't know why. It may go to Judge Harrell. I hope so. We might as well go ahead and knock him out back to back with the same judge. But if not, the second judge has not been announced yet. So keep your prayers up, Vessels. Keep your prayers up for Karmelo Anthony, because this is the litmus test. This is a litmus test. Let's keep going. If it is screamed, because I'm taking off that day, I'm going to take off that day, and I'm going to be right here on the 19th and the 20th, giving you my commentary, just like Willie D did for the day, for the audio clips and video clips that I'm about to bring to you, okay? You will get my raw commentary on 2 days, the 19th of August and the 20th of August. And these should be some of the words that we hear for both of those days. Now, Bart, let me go ahead and get into Bart real quick. Let me go ahead and break this down that it needs to be broken down, okay? We already know that it's coming out that Bart allegedly, right? Edmiston Jr. This is a team I'm very familiar with, because if you don't know, I have a separate audience. That's my NFL audience, my Shedeur Sanders Coach Prime audience. And this school right here, since Shedeur Sanders been there in the last 3 years, we have played the Cowboys. I didn't know who I was looking at on the field. So when his name was brought up as being a allegedly connected to this case right here, I said, oh, he's a football player. Oh, he's at Wyoming Cowboys. I did what I normally do for anybody that plays football. So let's go over this right here, because they say he's endorsed by ESPN. I did my research on that. I didn't see that, but he definitely has an NIL deal. And if you don't follow football, let me go ahead and tell you this. Let me tell you this here. If allegedly, if he doesn't go to jail for being connected with this crime, based off this right here, he would definitely get drafted in the NFL. So if they're covering for him, I can see why they're covering for Bart. Well, tell us, Tony, tell us. Well, you see those punts? He has 65 points. His average is 46.1 yards. That's 4 yards from half of the football field. Let me tell you one thing. You have kickers in the NFL that misses field goals in the 20s, 30s, and 40-yard lines. So if he's kicking if he's averaging 46 yards, the NFL is looking at him. I'm going to tell you, I'm going to say it with my chest. Yes, they're considering that. And he is a junior. So I can understand why everything that we're hearing, if this is the Bart that was called in the 911 with Cito, if this is the same Bart, I can see why they're trying to protect Bart. Let's keep going. The longest kick, y'all, that Bart has made in college was 68 yards. That's unheard of. I didn't do the research, but that's unheard of. That's unheard of. I think maybe one of the longest kicks that I've seen in the NFL was an easy 64 yards. So Bart has the talent and the elite kicking skills to make it to the NFL. And if this is the same Bart, he would definitely get an invite to the combine in January or December or November this year. However, let me put this out here. If you don't know, about 2 years ago in December, there also was a young black football player. So if y'all don't think that all these cases don't have nothing to do with the sport of football for a particular reason, you have another thing coming. About 2 years ago, there was another young man in play for LSU. He was predicted to go in round 1 as a wide receiver, and his name was Kyren Lacy. Kyren Lacy. In December, after all the accomplishments and all the playoff games, there was a white state trooper, don't know his name. Kyren Lacy that morning, he came up on an accident that he didn't cause, Kyren Lacy's car was almost a football field away from the accident. It was proven later that his car was, I'm going to say about, maybe about 3 football fields away from the accident before he came up on the accident. But how this state trooper was, because everybody knew his car, y'all, they target our young men. I'm trying to tell you, they target our young men. Now, when Kyren Lacy incident happened, he was in college. Y'all, everybody that we talked about over here is in high school. So if you don't think, if you have a son, or somebody has a son, or your neighbor has a son, or your brother, your sister, your cousin, your auntie, and your uncle, if they have a son and somebody sees that they have a bright future in the NFL or in college, they would be a soft target. Now let's get back to Kyren Lacy. Kyren Lacy, when the accident happened, you can see a green Charger come into view. He goes around and he leaves the accident because he's trying to get to practice because he's running late. Do you know what the state of Louisiana did? And his family also is fighting and has called and filed a lawsuit against the state of Louisiana. Do you know what happened? Because the officer got to the scenes and they started talking, started getting witnesses' statements, and started putting in footage. But instead of focus on the woman that actually caused the unaliving of the 78 or the 72-year-old man in the truck, that officer, he saw that green Charger. Next thing you know, Kyren Lacy is all over the news. He turned himself in at the end of December. The sports community, they ate up our young black men. I think that was maybe the first or the second year after our young black men in college was getting NIL deals. We talking about money. We are talking about serious money. Serious money. I mean, some of the biggest channels, they ripped Kyren Lacy apart, and he said he was not guilty. In January, the case went to the grand jury. And I hate to bring you this. Kyren Lacy, he was still waiting for the NFL to pick up that phone and say, Kyren Lacy, we're going to reinstate your invite to the combine in that February. It never came. It never came. So between February, March, and April, the pressure was mounting up on Kyren Lacy. Something fierce, because he knew I didn't cause no accident. Who is lying on me saying I caused an accident? Can you imagine This young man has been playing football all of his life, from little league, middle school, high school, got a scholarship to LSU. And hey, I've done everything right. I kept my name clean. I got a good reputation. And you mean to tell me that the state of Louisiana is putting a case on me? And he still never heard from the NFL. But the pressure was mounting. And 2 days before he was going to go into that courtroom, Kyren Lacy took it upon himself to remove himself from this dimension, not knowing what was going to come out in October of last year. Oh, his defense attorney. See what I'm saying regarding these defense attorneys. I don't know what they have done in the past, but this defense attorney, he didn't have to write up an affidavit. He didn't write an affidavit, but his conscience must have been getting to him. In October last year, it came out that his defense attorney was going to make a name for himself. He was going to make a name for himself in April. He got on camera and he confessed. Or maybe he just found out, but I'm just going to say it was he confessed. Because it came out, he was just waiting for Kyren Lacy and himself to go into that courtroom just to hear the words that the case was dismissed. When I heard that, I said, you mean to tell me that his defense attorney, Kyren Lacy's defense attorney, I'm pretty sure he knew of this, or he had somebody that was going to tell him, hey, you're going to get good news in 48 hours. All y'all got to do is report and the case is going to be thrown out. Looking back, I hope that his defense attorney, I wish that his defense attorney, Mike Orr, had called Kyren Lacy or his family and said, hey, don't tell nobody. Don't make a sound. I just need to tell you, everything's going to be all right. Because if that lawyer would have just picked up the phone 2 days before Kyren Lacy ended himself, he wouldn't have took his life. He wouldn't have took his life. That young man took his life 48 hours before he was going to find out that his case was going to be dismissed, thrown out of court. Come to find out, his lawyer, defensive lawyer, even said in January, before the NFL Combine, that the DA had already informed everybody that she was going to throw the case out. I said, so you mean to tell me February, March, and April, 90 days, let's just give it 90 days, that nobody informed Kyren Lacy's lawyer that the case was going to be thrown out? That young man took his life 2 days before that. I said all that to say this. To the Karmelo Anthony family, when you file your lawsuit against the state of Texas and Collins County, make sure you've also filed a lawsuit against Collins County Sheriff Department, because they had the responsibility to reserve all of the evidence. And if they did, that's one thing. But if they didn't, to the Karmelo Anthony family, go after the Sheriff Department also. And there's a lawyer that was on Willie D Live that said something about law enforcement. So let's keep going. But Bart, looking at these stats right here, yes, to answer your question, yes. Now, I brought that up regarding the combine. So I can see they trying to protect him, because right now we're going into probably his last year. Now, we're going to see how Bart handle this pressure, because collegiate football starts in late August, early September. Bart said he wasn't there. Let's see what his mental state is. And we already know that he has already filed lawsuits against everybody that is claiming that he has something to do with Nolan Wells unaliving event, right? So if you don't know that, that is exactly what has happened. It says, this is the headline: family of Nolan Wells former teammates to sue egregious actors over online accusations. We shall see. Now, if Ben Crump didn't do the conference today, I would be reading that article, but I'm gonna say that for Saturday. But I want to let you know, based off this right here, based off his stats, he's going to the NFL if he is not indicted. Bart, however you pronounce his last name, he will be getting an invite to the combine if he's not indicted. Now, to the NFL, if you still sends Bart an invite to the combine after you took Kyren Lacy's combine invite back, all of the NFL content creators definitely should have a special video going out to the NFL for the double standards on how you treated that young man named Kyren Lacy, and we'll see how you're going to treat Bart here. But I just want to put that out there. Yes, based off this here, he would be going to the NFL. If none of this, if he's not indicted, he's going to get an NFL combine invite. Yeah. And based off this, even if he don't go to the combine, let's say he do his own professional day at Wyoming, based off these stats right here, he will be drafted. I definitely say this, he will be drafted if he's not indicted, based off this right here. But we shall see. Let's keep going. Now let's keep going. I wanted to point you out right here. Bart is 6 feet, 200 pounds. Punter is a junior college transfer from Jones College. He is definitely, this is the one we're looking at. He is from Ocean Springs. Let's see here. He is a graduate of Ocean Springs High School. Now, y'all know what the rumor is, that Bart and Nolan, I'm assuming that Nolan, if this is true, that Nolan was liking Bart's current girlfriend, the ex-girlfriend, and they saying allegedly this is why Bart did what he did to Nolan. I don't know if that's true or not. I don't know if that was true or not, but I just want to let you know he has recorded 45 punts. So this has to be old, because we saw on ESPN he has 65 punts inside the 20-yard line and 28 points of 50 yards or more. Okay, so that's how they broke him down. He's going to the NFL if he's not indicted. He has earned NCAA All-American, All-Region honors, along with all conference honors. If he's not indicted, he will be drafted. So if I said all this to say this, if they're protecting Bart, I can see why they're protecting Bart based off his stats here. But let's keep moving. Oh, hold on. Let's go down to the middle one. His father, Bart Sr., is an all-sec place kicker at Florida from 1992 to 1996 and was on the 1996 national championship team. Pedigree. This is what you call pedigree. This is why I can see that Ocean Springs, Mississippi, is protecting Bart. It's called pedigree. Okay? His grandfather also played for the Gators. It's called pedigree. The NFL looks at this, and you would definitely want to protect your lineage because it's pedigree. Let's keep going. I hope you're following me. Now let's keep going. This is it. That's all my slides. Now, let me go ahead and play one of these screens, these clips right here.
Our child.
Now, I got 3 clips from Ben Crump. One of them is kind of long, but it's very valid. And if you haven't seen this, if you was work today, this is the most important parts that I deem necessary to share with my audience tonight. Let's keep going.
Don't worry, Christine. We standing with you. We are standing with you.
We got it.
I do want to highlight this. I will say this. Thank you to the parents of Nolan Wells because the parents of Nolan Wells was not the only parents of family members on that stage. They allow Daniel, Mike, Erving's mother and sister to also be on that stage, and also to the family of Tyler Smith. Yes, so it's 3 families up there today that Ben Crump addressed and gave input on regarding all of the cases. So that's why I have these clips here. So let's go ahead and begin.
Okay. Yep. And next, we're going to have the mother of Daniel Erving come and talk about her child and tell you what happened in her words. And then you'll hear brief remarks from attorney Sean DeRea. Oh, well, Sean, you want to briefly go? Attorney DeRea will briefly speak before her, and then we'll have.
Now, this young man here, Sean, I called it something else, but this is one of Karmelo Anthony lawyers, Sean DeRidera. This is one of Karmelo Anthony's lawyers also. So, hey, all of these cases, they're going to be crisscrossed and connected in some type of way. So just know this is one of Karmelo Anthony lawyers.
Thank you, Mr. Crump. Tampering charges in this case is absolutely unacceptable. Tampering in itself means that someone intentionally hid, destroyed, or altered evidence. If the district attorney's office has that evidence, take that evidence, put it together, and present it to a new grand jury.
Amen. Amen.
And if the district attorney's office doesn't want to do it, we are calling on an independent investigation by the Department of Justice, because we are here for the truth. And one last point I want to add to what Mr. Crump said. Daniel Erving, when these boys said that he drowned, he was a high school swimmer. He was on the swim team. He was a healthy, young 18-year-old male. So that story that he drowned accidentally, it doesn't add up. It does not add up, and we want the truth.
Amen. Amen. Thank you, Attorney DeRea. Attorney Brooke Cluse.
Here's another one of Karmelo Anthony lawyers.
Erving.
Police and law enforcement are supposed to be protecting and serving. But my question today is, who are they protecting and which communities are they serving? What we want to know is why crimes against Black and brown people receive less justice and less coverage. And I'm gonna give you some data to back it up, and I'm gonna read it because I don't wanna make any mistakes here. Over a 10-year period, statistics show that 53% of Black killings go uncharged, no charges related. Mm-hmm. And so that means over half of those related killings are never prosecuted. And when you think about arrest rates, 63% of white victims receive justice versus are compared to 47% of Black victims. So when people think we have 2 systems of justice in this country, the data kind of backs that up. Amen. And now we'll hear from Tamika. Daniel.
Here we go.
Okay. Baby. My name is Tamika Erving. I am the mother of Daniel Erving. This is my daughter, Azaria Erving. This is Daniel's eldest sister. So what a lot of you guys don't know, to give you like some context, my son told me that he was going to go outside and hang with some friends. Okay. And I was under the understanding that he would be in the neighborhood. So I didn't know where my son was. I thought that he was just visiting friends in the neighborhood. Around 8 o'clock or so, I started to text Mike, call Mike. And Mike was an honorable child. He wanted to serve and protect, be in the military. He loved people. He always had a joke to tell. He would.
And just to remind you, I just have to stop right now because of the YouTube agreement, but just to remind you, he was a swimmer, just as one of his lawyers pointed out. And also, he was scheduled to report to basic training the Monday after the drowning. And it still took them 4 days to find him. She's about to tell the story. Hold on.
Very comical. So I called the police the following day at 12:30 in the morning, and I said, hey, my son ID is here, and his money is here, and his social security is here, and I don't know where he's at, and this is not like him. So I'm reporting him missing under suspicious circumstances.
Mm-hmm.
The officers were very dismissive.
Officers.
Take your time.
The officers were very dismissive. So I didn't get any information about where my son was. I canvassed the neighborhood. I knocked on doors. I asked neighbors for video footage. I had to do the footwork, the research, the investigating. I had to do it. And so to the mothers, to anyone out there who have a loved one, do not wait for the police to do their job.
Oh, I got something for that. Hold on.
Fight for our children.
Okay, so fast forward, I reported my son missing. My son was to graduate in May. He was unable to graduate because the two boys murdered my son. They said my son jumped off a bridge, and I know that's not the truth. He was found in water. And not only that, my son was on the swim team. He was very comfortable with swimming in the pool, swimming in lakes. The autopsy report shows my son had an unobstructed airway. So my son did not drown.
Do y'all hear this? Whoa.
My Lord.
I want to know why.
So one thing about, y'all see how I'm finna crisscross these cases? Now, this is the reason why they took Nolan Wells, his throat box, because they could tell just by the throat box alone if he drowned or not. Now, regarding Daniel Erving, of course, everything was intact. And you heard what she said. Unrestricted throat area. That means he did not drown. Let's keep going.
The people that are in place to serve and protect failed to do their job from the very start. When I reported my son missing, it took them 35 hours, over 35 hours to input his information only in the state system, showing that he was missing. They failed to enter his information in the NCIC, the National Criminal Database.
My Lord.
Being my son was under 21, law enforcement had a responsibility to enter his information within 2 hours, and they failed to do that.
Fight for me.
That's another lawsuit.
My son will fight for me, and I'm here to fight for him. I want justice. We are in the pursuit of justice.
Yes, ma'am.
Hey, thank you for this, Teresa. Let me go in and pause real quick. Just seen a post from a content creator saying they are flagging content creators speaking on Nolan. It's just say, hey, what? Hey, let me tell you one thing. Do y'all know what I've been saying for the last few weeks? Maybe this was God's protection. Do y'all see what I've been saying last week? If this is true, do y'all see what I've been saying in the last few weeks? To stay away from the Nolan Wells case. And I even told you, I don't know why, but I said stay away from the Nolan Wells case. So if this is true, we'll definitely start seeing less people talk about Nolan Wells. And hopefully They use their time and their energy and their platform to speak about everybody else. But still, because even if you still can't speak on Nolan Wells, that case is moving in the background. Trust me. Trust me. Let's keep going. Thank you for that, Teresa.
Justice for Daniel Erving.
Yes.
Justice for Daniel Erving. Justice for Daniel Erving. And the final family you will hear from is going to be the family of Tyler Smith, who many of you haven't heard of at all. And I want to have his family, who drove from Lexington, Kentucky to the National Urban League Convention, to say that Tyler Smith life matters too. Y'all, please give him a round of applause. Tyler Smith life matters. Tyler Smith life matters. Tyler Smith life matters.
I want to thank everyone for showing up today, supporting all these families. I was asked many times, who is Tyler? What does Tyler mean to you? And I had to take a deep dive into that, because to give a few words wouldn't be justice. So I went into my prayer closet, as most nanas do, because see, Tyler calls me Nana. And when people ask me to tell them, I find a struggle in finding words big enough to describe who he is. Tyler is charismatic. He's warmth. Tyler is love. Tyler is compassion and tolerance. Tyler is focus and determination. Tyler is an entrepreneur with dreams, goals, and a vision for his future. Tyler is a calming presence, a peacemaker, and a source of comfort to those around him. Tyler is that warm piece of cake straight out of the oven, that soft buttermilk biscuit that the butter glides across the top. Tyler is the depth of a baby's laughter and the warmth of a grandmother's hug. Tyler is what many people spend a lifetime searching for, but never fully find: a genuine soul with a kind heart and a beautiful spirit. For me, Tyler is much more than all of those things. He's my motivation, my determination, the wind beneath my wings. Even in his absence, he continues to give me strength. He has become a part of the reason I stand, the part of the reason that I keep moving forward. When I received that call at 6 a.m. that morning that my grandson had been involved in a shooting, I thought, okay, hand, foot. And I arrived up on the scene of the hospital and found out that this was a gunshot wound to the head. Again, I'm a praying mother. I have a son who a year ago had a near fatal car accident. I know what God can do. Yeah. You can't tell me what God can do. I've seen it. I watch it every day. I watched him learn how to walk and talk. And I comforted his grandfather and said, don't worry about this. We've already been through this fire. It'll be okay. When the physician came out and pronounced my grandson, and she stated self-inflicted, accidental, I told her, you're a lie. And there is no truth in it. I explained to her immediately. I said, how do you have this evidence for you to know this? She said, because they said.
They said.
I said, they said? She said, yes. As days progressed, my family and I began to move forward. We got none effort, energy at all from the Lexington Fayette County Police Department.
Law enforcement.
We were told that we needed to accept accidental, self-inflicted. They offered no traces of gun residue, even though I called the coroner's office and the police department. And I begged and pleaded, please bag his hands. No child, and I say child because it's relative, no one was searched on the scene. They took an investigation as a total from all 5 of these young people and said, they said this is what happened. I asked for gun residue on anyone.
Very similar to the Nolan Wells case. I guess we're gonna have to come up with a code or something when we mention that young man. But y'all know my content is mostly geared to Karmelo Anthony, Daniel Erving, also TJ Davis, Angelique Cunningham, and also Daryl Lowry. I haven't forgot about that young man. It just hasn't been any updates. It's only been 2 weeks now, 10 days. Trust me, the investigation is going through and the autopsy. And based on all of the information I covered over here, his autopsy should have been already completed based off the timeline, since they knew that it was a drowning and he was several times with a knife. So they know this. I'm pretty sure at this time they probably haven't publicized it, but I'm pretty sure that the family has a copy of the autopsy. So I'm still waiting for the autopsy to come out for our young king, 13-year-old Daryl Lowry out of South Carolina. I'm still waiting for information to come out. Let's keep going.
The answer that I was given, well, there's no need to bag his hands. Everyone in this room would have gun residue on them.
Lies.
Unbelievable.
That was their excuse to me.
Lies.
When they moved my grandson in an expedient manner, not to our local coroner's office, but to the state capitol, which I was told wouldn't happen until that following Monday. Miraculously, in 2 hours, he was on his way to the medical examiner in the Capitol. On Monday morning at 10 a.m., they came back and told me again, accidental, self-inflicted. For 17 days, my sons and I worked tirelessly, investigating everything on our own. The police department gave us nothing, absolutely nothing. They treated me as if I were a pirate, asking all the wrong questions. Why do you need to know? We've handed you that carrot already. Take a bite. Settle down.
I hope y'all
It's
hearing this.
accidental, self-inflicted. As I talked to the police chief, I explained to him. He said, well, what do you want from this? What are you looking for? I said, what would you be looking for?
Exactly.
I want transparency. I want you to simply do the job that you were paid to do.
Amen.
My family never asked you to go above and beyond. We just ask you to earn the paycheck that you either receive this week or the next. We ask you to simply, the same way you go into our Black and brown neighborhoods and you can investigate and you can interrogate and you can charge, give us the same respect.
Right.
Amen.
Right.
Amen.
Tyler is loved. He's loved. But most importantly, Tyler calls her mama. Tyler calls me Ella. That's my baby, y'all. He's my baby. It will be my dying breath to say his name. No stone will go unturned. I'm not afraid to go to hell and sit with the devil.
Come on with it. Come on with
about mine.
Wow.
Come on with it.
I want it known. I want transparency. I want someone to speak on it. Continue to say our names. Continue to say our children's names.
Yes.
We deserve answers. We deserve justice.
Yes, ma'am.
We deserve transparency.
Yes.
That's all we're asking for.
Thank you.
And I thank you all so much for the time and the space that you have given every one of us.
Justice for
Appreciate it
Tyler
more than you
Smith.
know.
Justice for Tyler Smith. Justice for Tyler Smith. And we're going to get to the truth on Tyler. I promise you, we're going to get to the truth of what happened to Tyler.
So why does it seem like any time that the victim is a black male, a black woman, black son, a daughter, the law enforcement forgets all of their training on purpose? And you hear what we heard about Karmelo Anthony case. You will hear what we heard about the Nolan Wells case. You hear what we heard about from the mother of Daniel Erving, and now the grandmother / mother of Tyler Smith. Where was law enforcement? You mean to tell me if law enforcement comes up upon a black body, that all their training and education flies out the window? It stops in 2026. America and all of the law enforcement departments across this nation, it stops in 2026. All of these cases, and once again to the Nolan Wells family, thank you for allowing all of these families to share this stage with you, because it's not just Nolan, it's a whole lot of other black young men, women, boys, men, daughters. In this hour and a half to 2 hours that this conference went on, or this news conference went on, breaking news, major developments, that's all I saw. Around 11:30 today, breaking news, major developments. We got to hear, not just us, not just the black community, because Willie D had over 10,000 people streaming this video here today, and the trolls was plethora in there. No lie, the racist was up and down the comments. They wasn't even listening to what everybody on the stage was talking about. And that was intentional. They came in to cause divisions and to distract everybody from what these families were saying on the stage. But not in here. Not in Tony Talks Vested Up. That's why I'm going through all of the chats now. So if I see one, I'm going to automatically delete you. This is not the time for that. But law enforcement, you won't notice. I'm going to play a clip as soon as I get through the other clips that the same Willie D had on. I didn't catch his name, but he had on a defense attorney. Most of the times he was getting on my nerves, to be honest with you. It's like, I don't understand his perspective about everything that Willie D was asking him was actually irritating, all of his responses. But he did say something about law enforcement. Y'all, let's not forget that all of these cases, they started with incompetent and racist law enforcement personnel. Karmelo Anthony Case. I need to see if Officer Cortez has any connections with Jeff Metcalf. Now, I don't know if he, like I said, I don't know what Collins County law enforcement did or didn't do, because we did read the arrest record. But regarding Nolan Wells' case, we know what happened there. Regarding Daniel Erving's case, we know what happened there. The mother just told you. We also know about TJ Davis' mother, who was not on the platform, but she was on Willie D. We heard what the law enforcement personnel didn't do. They even told her, why does it matter? She said she couldn't believe that law enforcement, that the detective, and they said, why does it matter? What? They act like that we don't love our kids. They act like that we should be ashamed of the melanin that we are wrapped into and that our kids don every day. What's wrong with law enforcement? Why they feel like we shouldn't say nothing when we lose our loved ones to either drowning? What else? The corrupt justice system? You still got people asking me, why do we still talking about Karmelo Anthony? Why not? Let's keep going.
Smith. At this time, President Mario, we're going to ask that the Congresswoman just say a brief word and then take questions.
I want to answer your question, Will. Mike Howard must take a stand. I agree with you. I totally agree with you. And that's why I said the judge, whoever the judge regarding his over the motion for a new trial, he or she definitely, I don't see why they wouldn't call Mike Howard to the stands. Now, I need to look that up. I'm going to do my research on that, but I agree with you. Mike Howard must take the stand. Stand by your word or affidavit, but it's going to be up for the judge and the new legal team. I'm pretty sure if it's up to the new legal team, they're going to call Mike Howard to the stands if they have the authority to. But we shall see. But I agree with you. I have not did my homework on that. Let's keep going.
Vince Evans, CBC, thank you all very much.
Let me simply say the two most powerful words we can say. To you as families, to the Urban League family, to you, President and CEO, and my good friend, to you, Attorney Ben Crump. Thank you. But let me just say, the Congressional Black Caucus, we aren't just coming today. We communicated with Attorney Crump, with President Mark Morial, and we stand with you. And I'll end with your words, Mark. We're going to let justice roll down like a stream, and righteousness.
Taking meeting notes in 2026 is easy,
This was
even
the
without a
commercial for
bot
Willie
joining
D.
the call. I'm in meetings all day.
Thank you, and God bless you.
Thank you so much.
So let me tell you one thing about the Black Caucus. Listen. We need you in your positions and your roles. We need you to actually stand up as of right now. Now, we already know what we in the Black community has already said about some of these organizations. This is the time to stand on your words. This is the time to stand on your words. I ain't gonna say all the other stuff I want to say, but we're gonna hold you responsible, just like we're gonna hold these politicians, just like we're gonna hold these judges, just like we're gonna hold these DAs accountable, and all these law enforcement divisions and departments.
This has been moving and powerful. We want to take questions from members of the media. If anyone in the working media.
Now, I'm going to drop this one right here because it was questions asked. You couldn't hear that in the microphone. You only got to see what they responded to. Now, let me keep going to the next one.
People like Byron Allen, Tyler Perry, everybody on social media coming to say, no.
So this is the longest one here, but it's very good. This is the longest one. Then I got another short one, and then I just got the last one with Willie D and the defense attorney talking about law enforcement, the responsibility of law enforcement. Hold on.
No, this ain't adding up. We got to find out what happened to Nolan Wells. And then we get contacted by our good friend, Attorney Sean DeRea, saying that, hey, we got a similar case, Attorney Crump, where you co-counsel with us, and Attorney Brooke Clue start working with them. And then we get a call to the call center, President Mariel, and I simply can't believe what happened to Tyler Smith. It shocks my conscience. And so Kareem Ali and Cliff Jones, my investigators, they start to investigate, and we're saying this can't be true. They really didn't do a gunshot residue test on the hands. I mean, that's basic. And so
you see that? That is definitely basic. That is so basic, as in walking up to the house or the scene and putting tape around the scene. It's so basic, especially when you say the narrative is that he took his own life. And really, I'm trying to be gentle with my words. Really? You didn't even bag the hands. Okay.
it hits me that all of them are 18-year-old black kids that died in very questionable circumstances when Nolan was the only black kid on the boat.
Come on with it.
Daniel was the only black kid allegedly on the fishing trip.
Come on with
and
it.
Tyler was the only black kid at the 4th of July celebration party, house party. And all of them are 18 years old. Look at the dates. I mean, that's eerie.
Look at this.
When you look at the dates.
Look at this.
February 8th, Tyler Smith is born. July 4th, 2026, he is dead. Can I see the other photograph? This is Daniel Erving. I mean, he's born November 21st, 2007. He is dead on April 17th, 2026. Where's the other one? Nolan Wells, born August 19th, 2007. He is dead in July of 2026. The day is yet to be determined. All of these young black kids were born in 2007, and all three of these black kids died 2026, 18 years of age, on the cusp of manhood. And I said, no, we got to show that this is not a coincidence that all these young 18-year-old black men are ending up dead and nobody is being held accountable. No, we got to ring the alarm.
And I told you why. I told you why. When did I do that live? Last week or the week before? The reason why they're taking our young black men, especially the educated one and the scholar athlete, because I broke it down. Besides Daniel Erving, he was the only one that didn't play football. His mother didn't mention nothing regarding football, but everybody else, even Tyler Smith, if that's the one, but I think it also was another one in Alabama that was drowned at a pool party. Now, his grandmother didn't say that he played football, but I'm just going to say he played football too. I'm trying to tell you, and if you didn't catch that live, I'm going to be finding the thumbnail. The reason why they're attacking our young men at the age of 18 or younger, or maybe a little older, is because their number is declining. So if you take listen, putting them in prison is not even good enough no more. They want to take the breath out of their life because the numbers they're dwindling. Our numbers are still rising. And there's a frequency in the atmosphere that they can't even exchange. So they was like, guess what? If we can't beat them, we're going to take them out of here. And this is the funny part. They're not even getting their older men in their community to take away our young men. They're getting their young men to take away our young men. While this video right here is rolling, I'm going to go look up the thumbnail and I'm going to show you exactly the thumbnail that I talked about this. And regarding all of the sports players, the football players, let me tell you something. If you don't know this, colleges, just like the NFL, they only got so many slots. Just like the NFL, they only got so many slots. 257 players across all the collegiate teams in the United States. Only 257 will get drafted. Or they can go undrafted. But still, this time, next month, August, all the teams will have to go down to a 53-man roster and about 15 to 20 other people on the practice squad. That's it. Well, Tony, where you going? This is where I'm going. Just like with college, each college team only got so many scholarships they can hold out. Now, the money in college is even getting better than the contracts in the NFL. So you mean to tell me, just like Nolan Wells, he was going to report to college, NIL, just like, who else? Daniel was going to the military. Oh Lord, there's so many names. But I'm trying to get to, in high school now across the United States, our black young men is getting offered NIL deals in high school. We're talking about money. Now, of course, it's not millions of dollars, but we're talking about money. And listen, it's only but so many of those that colleges or they can hand them out to high school. So where is that leaving the young white male? If all the black young men in high school is getting all of the NILs, they already taken over the college. Even the quarterback positions are going to young black males. And we already know the dynamics in the NFL. Black men is 80, 85 to 88% in the NFL. And you already know how they despise the amount of money that black men is getting in the NFL. Now, believe it or not, A lot of them, they used to say, and now I realize why. Oh, we don't watch NFL. I said, when I didn't know, I said, why you not watching NFL? These are no. We like college. We like college. But it had to be an older man that tells me why. He said, this is why they don't like to watch NFL. It's because the black men are making generational wealth in the NFL. So now that the black young men is making money in college, they're making listen, some players is getting $6 million a year in college, not across 4 years, annually. They got some black young men making multi-million dollars in college that the whole entire family is retiring. But they still only got so many slots. So where's this leaving the young white male? This is why they're attacking our young black honor scholarships, because they're threatening that they're taking away some of the positions that they should be getting, especially at quarterback. But a lot of y'all, I hate to say this, when you see football on the field, that's only 1% of it. It's the politicking and the politricking behind the scenes. Thank you, Donna C. That's my other Vesta. Y'all, these are big bucks here. We talking about big bucks. So yeah, take them out in high school. Karmelo Anthony had 21 scholarships. Karmelo Anthony, I'm pretty sure he was about to get an NIL deal. What? That's money. The jealousy is running rampant, y'all. Out of all these names that we talked about over here, all these families that are on the stage today, right? How many of them didn't have a bright future? Let's keep going.
We got to ring the alarm. We must ring the alarm for these 18-year-old black boys.
Let me also add this. Our
there we go.
Members who were planning to come to Nashville asked me late last week if we would be commenting on, dealing with, shedding any light on the Nolan Wells case. Mm-hmm. I invited Ben Crump to come to Nashville to brief us on the Wells case. Mm-hmm. In the course of that conversation, he shared with me, by the way, there are 2 other similar cases. I said, 2 other similar cases? I said, Ben, can you bring all of the families to Nashville? Because the thousands of urban leaguers who are here are interested in, have a solidarity with, want to hear directly, not through filters, about the circumstances of these cases. And that is what the National Urban League Conference is all about. It is about dealing with the pressing, cutting edge issues that face the nation and face Black America. Amen. So we are here because this is what we do.
Yes.
Whether it was Trayvon Martin back in the early teens, Michael Brown, George Floyd, Sandra Bland, Breonna Taylor, Tamir Rice. We deal with these issues because our constituency wants to hear directly. And I want.
Oh, hey, you just said something. Nolan was kicked in the back of your head. Oh my God. If that is true, because they said that the brain also didn't go to Washington, D.C. Now, if that is true, who would deliver out of all them people on the boat? Who would deliver a crushing throw with a powerful leg to cause swelling in the head? Now, listen, I understand the body is fragile, but the body is also powerful. But who did I just say that would have a strong enough leg if they could kick the ball 68 yards down the field? That's powerful. I got to give it to Bart. Those was his stats. That's powerful. He would have enough force in his, if that is true, he would have enough force in his body. Yes. I almost said something. Thank you for that. But we know about the swelling, the occipital bone. I didn't never think about that because at that time, Bart's name was not in the algorithm. We didn't know nothing about that. So everybody take that into consideration. Based off the stats that I showed you, and I follow football and I give commentary on football. Oh yes, 68 yards. Matter of fact, while this clip is going, I'm going to pull up and find out exactly what's the longest kick in the NFL. And it's in the 60s. It's in the 60s. Now, the last one I remember was 64 yards. So that means that Bart, about to go into his junior year with 68 yards on record, that means if he go into the NFL tomorrow and does a kick like that, he would have, it would be NFL history. Let me play this video right here. Let's play. Let me go and do my research.
I want to say this. We trust Ben Crump.
Yes.
And we know that he does not engage in chasing false cases.
Amen.
That he also, when he takes a case, that he's going to elevate the word and the personality and the pain of the families.
Yes, sir.
All too often,
Yes, sir.
when black families are victims of violence and victims of unfair justice system, they suffer in silence.
Yeah. Yeah.
They can't find lawyers
Yeah.
with the courage and the ability. They suffer in silence.
Yeah.
So I know when Ben Crump has a matter, he is always welcome at the National Urban League Conference to come and bring us up to date. And that's why we're here in Nashville. Other press questions? Any others? Yes, ma'am.
Mm. All right, Vessels, hold one. Had a glitch. 1 second.
We want to know what happened to our child. Don't worry, Christine. We standing with you. We are standing with you.
Okay, I played that one before. Let me go to the other one.
The activists, Reverend Al, people like Byron Allen, Tyler Perry, everybody on social media coming to say, no, this ain't adding up. We got to find out what happened to Nolan Wells. And then we get contacted by our good friend, attorney Sean DeRea, saying that the other photograph, this is Daniel Erving.
Be commenting on, dealing with, shedding any light on the Nolan Wells case.
Mm-hmm.
I invited Ben Crump to come to Nashville to brief us on the Wells. Suffer in silence. Yeah. So I know when Ben Crump has a matter, he is always welcome at the National Urban League Conference to come and bring us up to date. And that's why we're here in Nashville. Other press questions? Any others? Yes, ma'am. Identify yourself, please. New York Post. Families. And we'll stand up for other families. And we'll.
Okay, so there's not that one. Look, hold one.
Fighting and not making progress, but we're going to get the answers, Sean.
We have not had any progress with the Dallas County District Attorney's Office. We are planning, Mr. Crump and I, to meet with the district attorney if he will meet us, and we want to talk about this case. We want to talk about this evidence, and we want to move this forward, and we want murder charges. Is that right, Mr. Crump?
Absolutely. You know, one of the things that Sean and Tamika said, Ryan Young, she said that there was a witness after the drowning that said, Tamika, the young man was limping. when he came back.
Listen.
And that was part of the investigation. And she's saying, well, why didn't y'all explore that? Like, why are you limping? You're saying my son jumped off the bridge. Why that's going to cause you to limp?
Yes, that.
Meet us, and we want to talk about this case. We're going to talk about this evidence, and we want to move this forward, and we want murder charges. Is that right, Mr. Crump?
You know, one of the things that Sean and Tamika said, Ryan, she said that there was a witness after the trial that said Tamika, the young man was limping when he came back. And that was part of the investigation. And she's saying, well, why didn't y'all explore that?
My favorite thing about getting my pet qualified as an emotional support animal.
And there was a witness that provided video footage via flash drive to the detectives, and they failed to enter that information in the probable cause affidavit. The witness also said that the detectives just grossly overlooked that, and they failed to enter that information. Again, I know Daniel did not drown, and tampering with evidence is offensive for the murder they committed.
I would just respond to this here on Ryan's case. And his mother believes her child was murdered. We are still trying to get all the information, Attorney DeRay and I, but she does not believe her son unforced went into a lake, a high school swimmer, and drowned. She just isn't accepting that, and she has a right as a parent to question that. As it relates to Tyler Smith, we're going to have more information coming forward because of the hard work of his mother and grandmother, and we think the shoe is about to drop on that. And we're going to meet with the district attorney. We haven't yet, but we're going to meet with them because people are starting to come forward. And I again thank the parents of Nolan Wells because people are coming forward in their case. That's inspiring people to come forward in Tyler Smith's case as well. So thank you all for coming forward.
Now, I just want to update y'all. Of course, I heard everything, and I do want to let you know the Ben Crump tip line is not just for the Nolan Wells case. It's for all of the cases. So the clip may not be in here, but Ben Crump says that they're getting tips regarding the Nolan Wells case, Daniel Erving, even getting calls of people just leaving motivational voice messages for the legal team. But they said they are getting hundreds of calls a day regarding several different cases. So if you know anybody that may want to call and give sound advice, or just, hey, if they know anything, make sure they go to Ben Crump website or social media only to get the correct number, because we already know what they've been doing recently regarding the numbers. They flip-flop the numbers 36 to 63, okay? So just make sure that they are calling the right number.
Yeah, the last one. Okay.
So you see
My
how
message would be that we have to have tough conversations. This is something our community already knows. We have to make sure that, and I know my husband and I, we have had countless conversations with all of our children about the importance of understanding when you are moving in different spaces with people that do not look like you. And it's unfortunate that we have to have these conversations, but they are needed in order to hopefully keep our children safe. So I would say to all the mothers out there, especially my Black mothers, we just have to keep pushing forward. We have to do the things to protect our children.
And to the Black community, you know, we already was having these conversations with our loved ones, especially our young kids, regarding these spaces. But, you know, it's funny how society made us feel like, oh, why you keep bringing that up? Oh, stop talking about this. Racism doesn't exist in America anymore. I think they did that on purpose. But that's why I say 2026, no. We're not going to fall back. We're not going to get complacent no more. We're not going to get complacent no more. Because you see what happened? They see this as a vulnerability, and they do sneak attacks. Somebody had put it in here real good. They sneak attack. When regarding, here you go, they always target a good kid and sneak attack him when they're the one of more of their kind. I'm trying to tell you. It's like a bloodlust. Isn't that what they call it? They call it a bloodlust. That for some reason, when we out there by ourselves, and we ain't looking, we thinking everything is up in the up, joy, happy, go, lucky. Do you know, just like a vampire, they brain start flipping and turning over and a light switch goes off. It's over, y'all. They start smelling the blood in the water. I don't know what it is. Even listen, if you got people in the white community, especially white women, and white men, but the white women are definitely telling you who they are. She said, it's just in us. We like to inflict pain on black bodies. She said that. She said to the black community, you know how the trauma of slavery is in your genes? She said, well, we also got the gene of our ancestors of who like hurting you. Now, listen, I don't know if that lady was high or if she had taken some true serum, but she said it. She said it without even a smile. She said, it's something in us. We just like hurting black bodies. She said, keep your kids away. Keep your kids away from us. Tell them to be careful. She said this. The way that I'm looking at you, she said this. She didn't smile. She said, tell your kids to stay away. Now, listen, what did our grandparents say? When a person tell you who they are, listen to them. This is not a playing game. As you see, this is not a playing game. So Black America, Black Americans, like I said before, America, a certain sector of America is showing us who they are. And guess what? They don't care if they under 18 or over 18. They're going to protect them. And it starts from the bottom with the law enforcement. Out of all these cases that you heard from, it was the law enforcement that told these families. Why you worried about it? Why does it matter? To tell a mother, several mothers, why does it matter what happened to your kid? They're telling us, Black America. When we talked about the ballots doing midterm, your sheriff is on there too. Check to see who your sheriff is, your DA is, your prosecutor. They be on there too. If you don't know, in the midterms, it has your senators on there, your House of Representatives, and also at the bottom, it has your local officials and leaders on there. Your DA, your sheriff, even the mayor. Y'all, this when it says systemic, it's from the bottom up and from the top down. It's both ways, y'all. Let's come on. Then some of these right here you can't hear because they're listening to the audience, but you hear their response. No. Right.
Fighting and not making progress, but we're gonna get the answers. Sean.
We have not had any progress with the Dallas County District Attorney's Office. We are planning, Mr. Crump and I, to meet with the District Attorney if he will meet us, and we want to talk about this case. We want to talk about this evidence, and we want to move this forward, and we want murder charges. Is that right, Mr. Crump?
Now they're talking about the Nolan Wells case. So if you don't know, an article came out yesterday or 2 days ago that the DA is willing to meet with the Nolan Wells legal attorneys, but they didn't say they would like for them to share the evidence, but they say they are willing to meet with them. So, hey, maybe next week or 2 weeks from now, we'll get an update regarding the Nolan Wells case, regarding the DA after meeting with the lawyers. But, of course, it's going to be on the lawyer's time, the DA's time. Making a case out of, they said, then no one should ever go to jail. Facts. So now I'm curious about the Tyler Smith, the group of friends that he was hanging out with. Was that also prominent? Was that also somebody's son that was prominent in the community? What if it comes out that there was somebody prominent house that he was at when he so-called took his life? Let's keep going. These families are learning the law related to how their loved ones who lost their life under suspicion need a second look thanks to being Crump. I was just getting ready to say, now we got to speak in code on Nolan. I got you. Okay, cool hands. Okay, cool hands and no, cool hands. We'll take that. Cool hands. Cool hands. They are devils. Amen. Did you hear the recent dealing hazing of young black men? No, I have not. No, I have not. Hey, how you doing, Miss Lady T? Love your show. Hey, how you doing, Tony? I was there. I wish they would look back into Trey Reed case. The young man who was, oh gosh. What she said, Sports said that the reason why Mississippi is trying to keep the Nolan Wells case, the Cool Hands case bottled up is because once it is exposed, especially regarding the medical examiner, that means all of the cases will be exposed. Hold on, I can bring that clip up tonight because she did that. What she said, Sports did that. But you're right. People is talking about that case, Tony. People are talking about that because that is the same ME that said it was what they call it the S word, right? They said it was the S word. They said it was the S word. There are too many of our youth being snuffed out. Exactly, Tony. And it's kicking, sickening, past sickening, but absolutely ridiculous on how they consistently treat the death of black people. Yes. Hey, how you doing, Jesse? How you doing? Degeneracy is at the root of these racial motivated killings, predator versus prey. Hey, y'all remember what I did in that, oh gosh, I just switched systems. Y'all remember how I said once they get us in the water, they're like alligators. They're like alligators. Now what we didn't know, and I'm glad that Miss Tamika Erving did come up here and speak today, because we didn't know that one of the young men that she asked about what happened to the son, or somebody had witnessed that he came limping. I think now, because I looked at that bridge, I said, ain't no way that Daniel jumped off that bridge and you're about to go to the military. So I stood correct. He was about to go to the military after he graduated the next month before he drowned. Life taken, snatched. Do y'all remember that? If y'all watched American Gods, snatched. They're snatching our young ones, snatch. Not just kidnapping them, not just taking them away, snatched. And they got the backing of the law enforcement. Oh, let's not get me hot tonight. Let's not get me hot tonight. Snatched. Let's not get me hot tonight. Let's not get me hot tonight. And all the families of our babies. Come on with it, Anna. Come on. Hey, how you doing? What's up, cutie pie? Let's keep talking about Karmelo Anthony. Free this baby. Come on with it. Come on with it. That's why we're here. They weren't listening because this is the part of the new modern day, right? Harm and say it is the victim. Y'all know what Willie D had said in another video. It was a while back, but it popped up on here. And it's funny you say that. Willie D said it came up with an acronym. It's called DARVO. It's called DARVO. I texted to myself. Now, if I would have known that you was going to bring this up, I definitely would have I definitely would have saved that clip. Hold 1 second. Let me tell you what Darvo stands for. Willie D, thank you once again. Thank you. Darvo. This is what Darvo stands for. Oh, did I do it? I get it. But he said it was something like, I'm going to mess it up. I don't want to mess it up, but it's called Darvo. It's basically that everybody who's my Shador Sanders Vestas, you remember when I talked about they switched the characters where Darvo has something like that, where the offender becomes the victim and the victim becomes the offender, and they do it on purpose. It's called a manipulation tactic. They put all the blame on the victim. So just like Nolan, what's his name? Was it Wyatt? Oh, Nolan was drinking too much. Karmelo. Oh, Karmelo. Oh, he should have just got from under the tent. They told him to leave. Forget about the facts. Forget about the contributing factors. They told him not to leave. They put all the blame on Karmelo. Daniel, of course, nobody has confessed to that. But those two young men, they was arrested, and I'm assuming they're still in jail under a third degree felony for tampering with evidence. Texas. Oh, Texas. Let me tell you one thing, Texas. With Daniel Erving, because maybe I got it in here. Guess why Texas started moving fast on the Daniel Erving's case? Because his mother, and maybe it's in a longer clip, maybe because his mother said, Tamika Erving said, it took them 3 months to arrest the two men. One of them name was Lucas Roper, right? They say it wasn't until the Nolan Wells case got traction that Texas decided to arrest the white two boys associated with the drowning of Daniel Erving. Do y'all see how these cases are being interconnected in so many ways? She said that's the only reason when the Nolan Wells case got traction, Texas started giving attention to Daniel Erving. That means Texas. That means you got 2 litmus tests back to back in your state. You got Karmelo Anthony, who has for 51 days, he is experiencing a different death. Karmelo, hang on, young man. You only got 19 to 18 more days, Karmelo. Just hold on. But just imagine 51 days behind bars with AC, without AC. Could be sleeping in bunks or could have a cell. And you know you innocent. 51 days is probably seeming like a lifetime to Karmelo. Hold on, Karmelo. I know you're going through your own physical death right now mentally, but just hold on. I pray that his lawyers are talking to him weekly, several times, just to say, hold on, we got a date for you. We got 2 dates. Just hold on. Let's keep going. I think, okay, this one's almost over. Hold on. Let me go ahead. Let's see here. Here go Willie D. I want to show y'all something here. Y'all, be careful, y'all. They definitely don't like us, right? They don't like us, but be careful, Black America. Be careful. This is a real video I'm going to show you here. This is a real video here. Look at this. I found this on X today. Here we go.
Hello, everybody. This is Jay Sims, Army veteran, also retired detective. Did you see these masks are also sold on TikTok Shop? And you seeing how this guy right here is displaying this mask by impersonating a black person. So this person can probably essay somebody, rob a bank, do something heinous. The only thing he had to do is wear some black gloves, put a hoodie on, and guess who the person that the victim's going to say? It was a black person. And then guess what? You know what they say? We all look alike. So cops are going to be on high patrol, and anybody that matches the description of a black person with a wide nose or be picked up or either falsely accused and charged and spend some time behind bars? Is this a setup? Because I need to know at the end of the day. As a retired officer, you have to basically go off what the victim is saying or witness are saying, regardless if it's a mask or not. But like I said, they're going to pick up somebody, and this is not funny. They shouldn't be selling stuff like this, because this is just impersonating a particular race, which is black, and the outcome is not going to be good for no one. Leave something in the comments.
Let me show you this again. Let me show you this again. That's his TikTok. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Do y'all see this? Black men, do you see this? Look at this. Listen, if y'all didn't see him put that stocking on his face and erase his hands, you would think that was one of your cousins or your brothers or your nephew. Do you see how realistic this blackface mask is? Look. Look at that. You can't even tell that's a stocking. You can't even tell that's a stocking. Hold on. Look at this. Look at this. Look at that. Do you see this? Do you see this? You can't even tell. Y'all, I'm praying that this is AI. I'm praying that nobody is selling stockings like this for a white man to put a stocking cap on his face to look like a legitimate black man. Now imagine that face right there with the hoodie on and black gloves. The only way a woman would know if it's not a black man, let's say SA-ing her, she would have to look at his chest or take a peek at his genitals. But you can't tell me. You look at that. Look how realistic this is. Look at that. Look at this. A mask.
Hello, everybody. This is Jay Sims, Army vet.
Black men, please be careful. Black men, be careful. Be careful. Black men, I'm gonna get this video right here. Hold on. Taylor, we got that recording. Let's see here.
You want to know what happened to
Okay, this is the long one.
Our child. Don't worry, Christine. We standing with you. We are standing with you.
We got it. Now in with your
so we actually had did it. Oh, so we actually had went over the long one. So hold on.
No, this ain't adding up.
Here we go.
Now in with your words, Mark. We're gonna let justice roll down,
yes, ma'am,
like a stream, and righteousness.
Taking meeting notes in 2026 is easy, even without a bot joining the call. I'm in meetings all day.
Thank you and God bless you.
Thank you so much.
Listen to what he's gonna say at the end.
Has been moving and powerful. We want to take questions from members of the media. By yourself, speak real.
Yes, ma'am. And that's an excellent question because thank God for us being able to get the national attention on Nolan Wells case. And that doesn't happen just by coincidence. It's a lot of the civil rights community, a lot of the activists, Reverend Al, people like Byron Allen, Tyler Perry, everybody on social media coming to say, no, this ain't adding up. We got to find out what happened to Nolan Wells. And then we get contacted by our good friend, Attorney Sean DeRea, saying that, hey, we got a similar case, Attorney Crump, where you co-counsel with us, and Attorney Brooke Clue start working with them. And then we get a call to the call center, President Mariel, and I simply can't believe what happened to Tyler Smith. It shocks my conscience. And so Kareem Ali and Cliff Jones, my investigators, they start to investigate. And we're saying, this can't be true. They really didn't do a gunshot residue test on the hands. That's basic. And so it hits me that all of them are 18-year-old black kids that died in very questionable circumstances when Nolan was the only black kid on the boat. Daniel was the only black kid allegedly on the fishing trip. And Tyler was the only black kid at the 4th of July celebration party, house party. And all of them are 18 years old. Look at the dates. I mean, that's eerie when you look at the.
So we went over the dates. Okay.
Late last week.
Now this one right here. This is what the lawyer said on Willie D. And this is the last video. This is the last video here. But like I told you, this whole entire time, he was just aggravating the Willie D audience. And I remember they said, don't bring him back. He was one of those, the way that he was talking, it was one of those. Do y'all remember regarding the Karmelo Anthony case? Willie D had, I'm assuming he was an ex-defense attorney or prosecutor, whatever the case was. And his name was Sterling. I think his name was Sterling. And you know how he would agitate the audience by talking in a certain way, like he didn't understand what the black community was saying, or he would go around the bush to answer any questions that Willie D would have. Well, this lawyer, up until this point, this is the only clip I got of him. He was doing the same thing. Like he understood what Willie D was asking him, and he understood what the answers that we wanted to hear, but he would go around the whole entire world and give us something totally different. He was even agitating me. But this is one of the clips that I did agree with him, and it's regarding law enforcement. This is why I said Karmelo Anthony family, sue them too. Nolan Wells family, sue them too. Daniel Erving's family, sue them too. TJ Davis, sue them too. Tyler Smith, sue them too. Sue your law enforcement divisions and offices and see what happened. Come on to the stage. I ain't catch his name because he was irritating everybody, but come on to the stage.
The residue test on every single individual that was in that house or may have been in that house. They did not do that. In the case of Nolan Wells, they did not take his friends in for questioning after he was reported missing or even after he was found deceased. They never bring all y'all ass, all y'all, come on in, put them in all different rooms and then start talking and see who talk first. They didn't do that. They let them go home to their mothers. Same thing in the case of Erving, Daniel Erving. It's the same thing. They let the boys tell them, hey, this is what happened. And they just went off their word. Same thing in another case that you guys may not be aware of is the case of TJ Davis. TJ Davis was found floating in the Mississippi River in Minnesota, in St. Paul, Minnesota.
Why everything leading back to Mississippi? Why is everything leading back to Mississippi? I'm going to hold my thought on that.
In 2021, this is going on 5 years. A lot of people don't know this, but his 4 white buddies came to pick him up from his mama's house. They go out, supposed to be hanging out around the lake or the Mississippi River. Next thing you know, TJ is dead. A little short time later, the 4 white boys are in the back seat of the cop car laughing. You can go look it up. It's on the internet. You can look it up on my YouTube channel. They're laughing and joking, but their friend just got found floating in the river. But they're laughing and joking. Man, and instead of the police driving their stupid asses straight to the police station, they take them to one of the boys' house. They ain't never been inside of the substation in question, as far as I know of. None of them have ever been charged. They took their word for it, and that was it. Come on, man.
No. So now, to me, you've touched on it. I don't know. To me, you have touched on a genuine criminal, maybe not the only criminal, but a genuine criminal, law enforcement. To me now, you're talking about a systematic, fundamental lack of enforcement, right? If anyone is truly criminal here in what they're not doing, it's law enforcement, because we're the ones we're depending on. They're the ones who are doing nothing. They're the ones that are letting any possible suspect, any possible lead, any possible evidence willfully, recklessly get away. So what do? You bring suit against them. I know Nolan's mother was starting to touch on that in the civil realm, but what do? Maybe you bring suit against the departments for their fundamental, systematic, continuous lack of enforcement, right? And then through that, because for all these subpoenas, all these claims, you need a forum. You need a basic lawsuit, either a criminal lawsuit, which is a prosecution, a civil lawsuit. You and I sue each other for $10, but you need to have a forum in court, a case number, a caption, for any of this legal stuff to be binding, right? Like you and I have a contract. You say, Jack, you broke the contract. And I say, well, sue me, Willie. And you sue me, bring me to court. And judge decides. You have to have a court forum. Bring these cops to task. Bring these departments to task. Yes, the officers probably will have immunity, but the departments won't. And the city will have to flip the bill. And then you get into disclosures. Then you get into subpoenas. Then you get into production of evidence and records. The reason why I think no one's done it now is because, again, how do you bite the hand you're trying to have feed you? If you go and sue the law department now, in Nolan's case, what do you expect to get from them in their investigation?
So pause. So you see that stupid stuff? You see that stupid stuff he's talking about? No. Suing them or not, they supposed to do their job. That's what's supposed to happen. Bite the hand that feeds you. No. You took an oath as a police officer, a peace officer. It doesn't matter if you get sued or not. Do your job. What are you talking about? Do y'all see some of the rhetoric? Do y'all see exactly some of the BS he was talking about today? Sued or not, you're supposed to do your job. Process the evidence, preserve the evidence. Process the evidence, preserve the evidence. Go out there, get statements from the witnesses, call the ones in, go ahead and do. Because look what he said. It basically takes the law enforcement, the sheriff, the deputies, whoever, to turn over the information to the DA. If the sheriffs don't do that piece, what is the DA going to do? That's what he's saying. It's going back to the documentation. Same thing with the Nolan Wells case, right? The reason why nobody has not been called into question, which is 101 for in any criminal court, is because the sheriffs have to say, hey, this is what our investigation has found. We think we got something there. If law enforcement don't do that, what is the DA gonna do? They don't got no documentation to take nobody to court. They don't got no documentation to indict anybody. In the Nolan Wells case, they don't even have suspects. Not even one person has been called in. Not because, because you know what the DA's defense is going to be? Well, no officer, no investigator, no sheriff. They haven't brought me no packet. They haven't brought me no packet. The DA, it starts with the law enforcement. Come on with it. But y'all see that stupid stuff he said.
Because they're going to say, first they'll say, I can't give it to you. It's all tied up. It's an ongoing investigation. I can't disclose it to you because that will give away confidentiality, etc. And that case will linger. But if these cases go less than you want to go, there's your culprit. There's your real criminal. Bring them to task, bring them to court, make them give you what they have.
The law enforcement investigators.
And then see if they flinch.
See?
And we've done it before. I mean, we've had departments. We've done this in major federal cases where agencies are taken to task because young men like this are no longer with us and they didn't do anything to help figure out why.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're looking at T.J. Davis. T.J. Davis was a 20-year-old young man who was found floating in the Mississippi River in St. Paul, Minnesota, after hanging out with 4 of his white friends. They all go hang out around the lake. TJ is the only one that don't come home. Sound familiar? Well, that don't sound familiar. What about the fact that instead of the friends who were witnesses, instead of them being taken to a police station in question, they were allowed to go straight home. The police officer actually drove them inside of his patrol car straight to one of the boys' daddy's house and left it at that. That was it. That was the extent of their exchange with the police. And get this, family, if that don't sound crazy, the boys who were with him, who was supposed to be his friend, or the men who were with him, the 4 white men who were with him that was supposed to be his friends, they're inside of the police car laughing and joking. They're joking and laughing after they just reported their buddy drowning. If that ain't cause for some type of investigation, some type of like deep investigation, I don't know what is. But according to St. Paul Police Department and other officials who should have been investigating and trying to find the family some justice and some answers, hey, nothing. Just they get crickets.
Right. So again, a perfect example again, as a defense attorney, if I was any of those accused, impute more guilt than these officers. The officers drove him home. Why did they drive him home? Because they were innocent, because they didn't do anything. The cops know best.
You hear the crazy stuff?
The defense I would take for anyone.
I'm paused right now. See, you see the other crazy stuff? There's nothing left in the video, but you see the crazy stuff. He started taking these narratives like in these point of views that just didn't make no sense. Come on, step outside of your role. You're not defending nobody right now. Focus on the details that Willie D provided you, right? He's making it seem like he's actually defending those young men in every scenario. These are just hypothetical scenarios. Good gracious. But hey, Willie D, maybe one time you need to bring in a prosecutor. Maybe you need to bring in a prosecutor and leave these defense attorneys alone, because to me, the way that he was just speaking right here.
Well, you're talking.
The way that this young man, this officer, this defense attorney was talking, is like he's trying to throw a pitch out there just to say, hey, whoever comes across this video, I'm going to be a good defense attorney. You see how I'm going in and out, I'm weaving this out. I think he was marketing himself on Willie D Live today, because some of the stuff that he was talking about, he would not stay on task. It's the way he was answering these questions. He was like, well, if he was my client, I would do this and do this. And Willie D said, hold on, man, but look at all the evidence. He said, yeah. But if that was my, client, this is what I would do. I'm like, Lord have mercy. Stop marketing yourself. Stop marketing yourself. Let me keep going. So yeah, that's all the videos, but oh gosh. Now to answer your question, Bart, you see Bart here? Let me bring back up Bart. I found the answer that you was looking for. Bart. Let's see here. Going back to this here. All right. The longest yard was 68 yards for Bart, right? Well, guess what the longest kick in the NFL is? This is why I know that Bart would go to the NFL. Here you go. The longest successful regular season field goal in the NFL history is, guess what? 68 yards. That means Bart in college playing for the Wyoming Cowboys actually matched the NFL's longest field goal in history. Do you see that I know what I'm talking about? If Bart is not indicted just by having the longest kick that matches the NFL current record for the longest field goal, Bart would go in. Normally punters or kickers, they normally go in the 5th round, 6th round, mostly 7, or go undrafted. If Bart didn't have to kick nothing else this year right here, as long as Bart did not get indicted, Bart would be going. They may even pick up Bart in the 4th round instead of the 5th round. because he's already matched the longest kick in NFL history. If Bart was the one on that boat, and this is the man, not young man, not boy. If this is the man that they're trying to protect in Ocean Springs, I understand, because in college he has already matched the longest NFL field goal kick in history. Now, what's that telling you? Now I can see why, if it is the same Bart, why they are protecting Bart Edmiston. Okay, now I can see why they're protecting Bart Edmiston. He has already tied the longest NFL kick in history. There it is. Let's keep going. All right. The officer B. Tatum is fighting hard to make Crump and anybody who says the young man who were with Nolan lies if it believe. I think somebody had already said something about him today. I can't remember what it was. I haven't watched those videos. I was doing research. I know exactly who you're talking about, but I think it was Nick at Night that said that he offered somebody $50,000 for something, but I didn't watch a video. We demand better. Therefore, if you are going to be in law enforcement, you must rise up and see no color, treat black and brown people equally as in respect them. Now, I'm going to say this here in the communities, and remember, y'all, they really didn't like black men and women to become officers, because that's like how can I say it? We normally, if we are on the force, normally the right ones, I got to say, because if you got Officer Tatum's, it doesn't matter. But normally they would do, because with Ocean Springs being predominantly white, we can see why they did this. In Collins County, we can see why they did this. Now, Dallas with Daniel Erving, that kind of got me scratching my head, because from what I know about Dallas, a very high percentage of a diverse community, at least 70%. So I don't know who the case was, the investigator was, but I was surprised about that. But now it seemed like that the Nolan case had gotten so much traction. Now they're doing a little bit better with the Daniel Erving case. But I said all this to say this. Just like we talked about last week, that we need our black youth in the judicial system. And I think even at that time, I said law enforcement, but even with the prosecutors, defense attorneys, and also the DA and the judges, because the more that we get our young people in those positions, the less likely, unless you have somebody that looks like us, that hate us, we shouldn't have these problems, or it definitely should be minimized to the lowest possible level. But yeah, I agree with you. Destin, I agree. Malcolm X already told us black celebrities are not leaders. F them. I feel you on that. But it definitely, I was surprised so many of them came out for Nolan Wells. Now, I will say this to my black celebrities and athletes that came out for Nolan Wells. Now, let's go back and double back to the Karmelo Anthony family. Even though all those lawyers are doing this pro bono, I still think somebody has already taken care of them behind the scenes. But if not, everything, even you, Tyler Perry, thank you so much for what you did. Colin Kaepernick, thank you for what you did. Please double back and see the Karmelo Anthony family, the Daniel Erving family, the TJ Davis family, and also Tyler Smith. You don't have to get the same amount as you did for Nolan Wells, but anything to help all of these families, because we still can't donate to Karmelo Anthony, and we wanted to. But hey, as far as I know, the Metcalf GoFundMe is still open and ready and willing to receive, but we still can't give enough to Karmelo Anthony. But we shall see. Do you think somebody is paying for these unaliving like a bounty? Woo, my gosh, Tano. I'm gonna keep that answer to myself. Okay? I'm gonna keep that answer to myself. Underground, yes. For the organs. I'll leave it like that. Underground, yes. For the organs, yes. I would say that. Queen speaking big facts. Thank you. Cutie Pie. Nancy Grace gave Tatum exactly what he deserved. Now, I heard the community, and you know I don't like Nancy Grace, but somebody had reported that who said recently that now they're starting to go after Nancy Grace because they feel like she's digging too much into Ocean Springs mess, and she's starting to raise the right questions because she used to be like an ex-prosecutor. So I'm like, hey, Willie D, see if you can get Nancy Grace to your platform, okay? Because I want to hear from a prosecutor on how they would, Now, one thing I will say this. I'm going to give him the credit. This is what I want to bring up. Have I taken it down? I already took it down. Now, him. Now, I will say this right here. Now, if he had Karmelo Anthony Case, the way that he was trying to skate around everything, even though he wouldn't understand, Willie D was just asking him hypothetical. But the way that he was skating around and say, I would do this for my client. I do this for my client. Hey. Karmelo Anthony never would have even got charged. So I'm going to give him credit for that one. But I still think that he was marketing himself and showing potential clients how he can skate around the law. Okay. But yeah, Nancy Grace gave Tatum exactly what he deserved. In her eyes, he's just another ignorant brown politicking. Hey, I can't take that. I got a Shador Sanders Vesta named Donna C. She's a mod in here sometimes, but yeah, that's one of her things, politicking. That's a good analogy, Tony. Tony, may God comfort and strengthen you for the work you're doing. Thank you so much, Val. Everyone is not gifted to pour their whole spirit. And so don't tell nobody. Trust me, after these lives, I crash. Okay. But thank you, Val. Thank you so much. Oh, everybody, just please, you can't hype the video right now, but just hit the 100s or the hearts. Just do something, get the algorithm, show the algorithm that you enjoy the content. Because anybody talking about Karmelo, our content is kind of suppressed. But if it's true that now nobody can't talk about Nolan Wells, it seems like a lot of more people may start getting back on the Karmelo Anthony situation, which they should have never left. They never should have left Karmelo Anthony because he's still here. He's still here, and we got 2 court cases. So please hit the like, not hit the like button, hit the 100s or the hearts or anything you can, anything. But if that is true, I could probably see that because I think Bart has already sent an intent to sue to a podcaster called Kimberly. Lord, you got to hear what she said. But thank you so much, Val. Everybody's not gifted to pour their whole spirit, soul, and body to case after case after case. Trust me, I fall out after I get off live. The millennium need to start teaching our young siblings or kid how to watch their awareness and defend themselves. Facts. Now, you know why? Now, isn't it funny? They said that we the violent ones and we always looking for a fight, right? But you always see them put their kids into karate, jiu-jitsu, just like the Mad Cow twins. And they said one of the guys, was it Wyatt or Warren or even Bart or somebody in the Nolan Wells clique, they knew some type of martial arts type of things. Listen, you don't never see those classes empty. Okay. Yes, I agree with you. Start putting them in some type of karate or even defensive class. Listen, you can't listen right now in my area. You have to get on a waiting list because all of the classes are filled. Even for this case, even last year before, they got their small kids in self-defense courses. What? You better read the writing on the room. And listen, even though it's under the guise of self-defense, what if you got a fool in there that wants to use what they're taught in a very malice way? What? Them fools will go crazy, y'all. It's getting spooky with the orange man in the seat. Listen, midterms. Right now, I told you about this. The Republicans in Texas, they're saying, get Ken Paxton out of here. They don't even want Ken Paxton to be in that seat. It's so bad that some of the conservatives don't even want the Republicans in the office. I'm trying to tell you. They said that he got too much power. He got the House, he got the administration, and the Senate. Midterm election. Balance this power. Take some away. I hear you say we ready. Yes. My sister, what is an NIL? Okay. Don't know much about sports. So NIL is when companies will pay an athlete, any athlete, right? It's called, they'll pay you to use your name, your image, or your likeness. That's what it is. So you have companies and schools that'll give players like Karmelo, Nolan Wells, because Nolan Wells also had NIL deals. And basically they pay you, right? Pay you good money to use your name, image, or likeness, and really just to sponsor, like hold up, Gatorade or water bottle or something like that, really good money. Let me tell you how much Shedeur Sanders made this last year, even being a 5th round pick. They know Shedeur Sanders with no 5th round pick. The NFL stole his money too. That's when we hopped on it and we got everything solved now. But just in royalties last year, because the NFL used his name, image, and likeness, Shedeur Sanders, for his 5th round rookie deal, only got $4.6 million for 4 years, right? Last year, just in royalties alone, Shedeur Sanders beat out Tom Brady, the biggest royalty check in history, $18 million for 1 year, just in royalties. So they're not waiting for our young black men to get into the NFL. They're getting them in college and even in high school. Exactly, Tony. They're getting paid in college. Come on with it. Bart Jr. Facts. The football kicker, Bart Jr. did head kick from the... Oof. I never even heard of that before about Nolan getting kicked in the back of the head. God dang. But y'all see the power in his... The leg that Bart got on him, once again, his longest kick is equivalent to the longest kick in the NFL. The name, it was set by, here we go. It was set by Cam Little of the Jacksonville Jaguars against the Las Vegas Raiders on November the 2nd of 2025. Y'all, this was last year. November of last year. The longest kick in NFL history. 68 yards. The same amount of yards that Bart has did in college. That's why they're trying to protect him. If that is the case. Hold on. See this right here? 68 yards. Bart has longest kick, matches the NFL longest kick in history. The award goes to Mr. Wyoming, the punter. Facts, Tony, the racial hate lies real in sports. My mother would say they don't want colored people to have nothing, real talk. Even the white lady said that. They don't want us to be better than them. The white lady said that. Boy, I wish I would have kept all them clips. The white lady said they don't mind us being their teachers. They don't mind us being their house cleaners. They don't mind us cutting their grass. But she said the worst thing we want is black people to be happy. They said we don't understand the joy that black people happy. And she said we just don't want y'all to be better than us. Okay. They don't want to change. And out, Heavenly Father said, okay, I give you a heart of stone. Facts. Come on with it, Val. Male 777. That make a lot sense is why allegedly I heard, damn it, Bart. Facts. Did you know Bart's Addy is sending cease and desist? Yeah, attorney is sending cease and desist letters saying people are lying on him. Yes. Yes. Hey, how you doing, OG prison wife? How you doing? Could Warren Daddy be offering money on it? That's the one. I heard that too. I haven't got into that content yet. According to somebody else, I guess YouTube is going to start flagging content creators that report on that particular case. Sister, if you're in the 80 pay promotion program and you have to pay ads doing a live, I'm okay with it. If you are, yes, I am. So if y'all get the commercials, I understand. I don't never ask for donations. I don't want donations, but I understand. But let the commercials play if you can. I do get a small percentage of it, but yes, I am. It is open warfare on our young men and women. Sometimes our young children are attacked by police. Then they say they fear for their life. Right, come on with it. I know, buddy. I know, but once we push the politicians to do a hate crime for Black America, that'll just be step one. Warren's father is looking for anybody that could collaborate Warren's story. Hey, how you doing, FBA for life? Like I said, you don't play Russian roulette with a loaded gun, only one round in the weapon. So therefore should it be several cases on the ground. And right. I must didn't have that one queued up. But regarding Tyler Smith, they said when they didn't put plastic bags on his hands, and so the people at the scene had told the police officers, oh, he accidentally, unalived himself, right? So they gave him a gun. Now they said that the investigators, they took the gun and they started doing ballistic testing on it and doing the, they CSI forensics test on it. Guess what? The gun didn't match. The gun did not match the bullet that was in Tyler Smith's his body. So the cops went back to the house. Y'all go and watch the whole entire thing on Willie D. The cops went back to the house, and then the young man finally confessed, "Now that when the gun, here's the gun." And guess what the law enforcement did? They still didn't take nobody in for questioning or nothing. Even after the police being lied to about what gun did the pow pow bang bang, they still didn't. Even to this day, no arrest. The cops still read what the story is plain evil. Yes, Hebrew is a distraction for us to focus on his offer. Allegedly, yeah, it's too much. It's too much going on with, and I think they're doing it on purpose, y'all. Every time that we peel back layers, they put on like double layers. It's time to educate our loved ones on how they're moving in the U.S. and not to do and not to do. Okay. What to do and not to do. But no matter what they do, they shall not prosper. Facts 10-0. The 4 W's we need to teach our children: water, woods, whiskey. Gotcha. White tea, religion. Facts. Tony, I saw that with the white woman who said that exactly. Yeah. She told us straight. No, when someone tell you who they are, believe them. Facts. This is a silent genocide, just like Gaza. Come on with it. Their field, black minds don't matter. We have a criminal attorney now. Oh, Wells have a criminal attorney now. Okay, good. Now they try to say you're the ones who's crazy because their actions and even their words coming out of their mouth is truth. If they say they're not racist or the sky is red, we're supposed to believe in facts. Hey, how you doing, baby girl? Miss Tony, how you doing? I really think they got bounty hunters on our people. Listen, in Chicago, y'all remember around all of them bang bangs around the Kanika Jenkins? That's when Chicago was really bad. I heard it was law enforcement's target practicing. That's what I heard from people that was up there. They said we wasn't killing ourselves like that. They said it was target practice. Hello, Tony. How you doing? Aries 1, how you doing? Darvo deals with narcissism. There you go. That's it. Deny, attack, switch the victim and offender. That's what it stands for. Deals with narcissism. It's a manipulation tactic. Deny the attack, and switch the victim and offender. And it was a Dr. Laura Fault, a fraud, that came up with that terminology. Yes. Yep. I saw him put out Darvo. See, I call the justice system, the narc system, a combination of a narcissism and system. Facts. Love you, y'all. For real. I'm a hater of hate, period. Free Karmelo Anthony. Thank you so much, baby girl. Thank you so much, baby girl Bell. Thank you. Free Karmelo. No birthday is on a note. Yep. We talked about that. Was it last night or the night before? No, the night before I talked about that. Free Karmelo. Good night, Miss Tony. Keep doing an amazing job. I stand with you. Have to be up early. I understand, Teresa. Thank you so much. The version of attack, reverse, victim, offender. Thank you so much. Thank you. Good night. OG, my loved ones been innocent 24 years behind bars, so I can imagine. But there's come some life after incarceration. My family is proof for that. Thank you so much, OG Prison, for that. Thank you. Thank you. We're gonna I think you're the one I emailed. Or did I respond back? I think I responded back to you under the comments. Go back if you commented on my videos recently. Go back out there and check my responses, please. I just read Dr. Candace Matthews and Black Panthers on the way. Come on with it, cootie pie. Hold on. Oh yeah. Hold on. Let me check this. Let me see him. Let me see. And then just to let you know, Avesta came in here earlier. Just know that if it's true, they had put out that all content creators that speak on the Nolan Wells case will get flagged. I don't know if that's true or not. You know, that's not my main content over here anyway. So if you start seeing people less and less talk about Nolan Wells, that's what's going on. I don't know if that's true or not, but hey, but that would be definitely a big reach for the state of Mississippi to contact Google, and say, hey, we need you to flag all content creators that talk on that case. Well, what is the harm in trying to get justice for a young man, right? He just drowned, right? He only drowned, right? That's what they want us to believe, that Nolan Wells only drowned. He only drowned, right? Mississippi. But if that is true, everybody's involved. Longest, hold on. Black Panthers in Mississippi. Heading to Mississippi. Let's see here. Oh, I see that 8 days ago. I guess it's a platform called the threads.com. The Black Panther Party has arrived in Mississippi burning for Nolan's and the Wells family and also the community. That was 8 days ago, y'all, on threads.com. Okay, thank you for that, cutie pie. Hold on, Karmelo, hold on. Oh my God, is he freaking serious? This is absolutely disgusting. Come on. Just look up DARVO. It means communication strategy used to evade responsibility when caught doing something wrong. DARVO stands for deny, attack, reverse, victim, and offender facts. There you go. Oh my gosh, that's dangerous. This is freaking crazy. No, you can't BS. Free Karmelo. What's up, Joyce? Free Karmelo. There's a story where a white man wore a black person's costume and a woman's daughter was unalive and they thought it was a black man, but the mother, let me keep playing this right here. I'm going to play it without any sound so y'all can know exactly what's going on. Okay, he's still talking. Y'all watch this right here. Look at this right here. Do y'all see that right there? Yes, very dangerous. And seeing the new masks about a month ago, it appears many agencies have them. Daughter husband was white. If the mother wasn't persistent, a black man would have been in prison for it. I've been talking about these things for decades now. People always call me a liar. Gotcha. Is black tea a figment of white people's imagination or a form of resentment to do racist rhetoric? Facts. Crump went off about the 4th of July. Yes, he did, Rachel. Yes, he did. Remember, I did a 4th of July live and I opened it just with the same sentiments right there. I must have didn't clip it up, but yes. Break it down, Crump. Yes, he was. I switched from the live to be. It was a no after 5 minutes. I hope you're talking about the other. Oh, yeah. I never liked this man. He was a beige raccoon. Right. Hit him in the pockets. If you sued a laws agency, it would bring discovery. Facts. Publicly shared it on X. Thank you so much. Oh, my gosh, y'all. I had some guy on. Listen, y'all know I don't even do X like that. I just normally repost. Yesterday, coming home, I saw where somebody had responded to me just forwarding, re-forwarding something that Lee Merritt had put on one of his page. I just reported it. Oh, they contacted me by name, not Lee Merritt. It was some troll or some racist person. Hold on, do I still have that? They went crazy. Hold on. What did he say to me? This joker here. Hold on. He went crazy. Hold on. He mentioned me by name. He said blind or they don't care. Why do we care about two black? You know what that is, right? And then replied to me, this was 3 days ago. I didn't know this, right? This is what they said. How about Obama's chief that drowned? Y'all didn't ask one question about that. And he was a proven strong swimmer who drowned in waist-deep water. But blacks get a pass, right? Y'all know what I said? Hold on. I hope I can find this out. Hold on. I hope I can. This is what I said. This was yesterday. I said, what? I said, the devil is a liar. I said, we, as the black community, we did question that, just like all drownings. I said, if the family would have requested assistance and in fear, suspicion of foul play, we were there. But the white community only get vocal when the black community is asking questions when the suspects are white. He didn't respond back. And I see that my post was a trigger. Thank you for letting me know that. When I said that, when I responded to that, y'all, I unblocked all the other ones. There was one joker. Now, the one that contacted me was a kid, KIDDD, and an awake, not woke, Addison JK. Now, it was one fool. He contacted me on X, and y'all, I'm not even on X, y'all. And thank you for letting me know. I'm gonna start pouring my own videos over there. But he went crazy. He went slap crazy on my content regarding Karmelo Anthony. I said, what the? Y'all, so thank you for sharing my videos. They must watching them because they started hitting me up. I had to block and hide them from my channel. So thank you. Keep doing what you're doing now. I'm finna go start putting my videos over there too. But honey, they went crazy over there. I said, oh my gosh. And they went slap crazy. Bees, black bees, Karmelo this, you disgusting black bee. I said, y'all, it got crazy over there. It's crazy over there. Freedom of speech is rampant. I don't care about it now. I'll be right there, but some of them I'm not going to entertain. Isaiah Humphrey suffered several hazing in college in Kansas, and at one point, someone loosened his lug nuts and was harassed. Oh my gosh. And the school tried to pay him $50,000 to leave, but he stayed and played in Cali. Oh, I would have sued more than that. Willie D, I know it's right. Willie D needs to stop talking about the baby. So y'all are seeing him too. Willie D must read his chart. Nobody like that man. Nobody like that man. Nobody. I'm gonna get y'all out of here soon. The Erving case, my heart just broke. We must have the biggest outcry in the churches. Y'all, the content creators are doing more work than some of the churches, 99% of the black churches. The reason being, they got something, they signed something about what is it called, a C305 or something like that, where they signed that form, so that I'm assuming they don't have to pay taxes. So the agreement is if you don't have to pay taxes on none of your donations and your tithes, you can't speak up for the black community regarding some things like this. I got you. While I feel sad about all of this, these mothers have lost their children, and this is seriously BS. My condolences to the family. Thank you so much, baby girl, Belle. I pray God heals your heart and give you strength and to endure. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you. Right, Miss T? Right. I pray that all the devils are held accountable for their evil deeds and placed in prison. Yes, man, my heart is just breaking. So many young lives. My blood, Mississippi blood in the water Trees bearing strange fruit, bullet embedded in our skin, blood shed. Never leave that time frame and place of event that can always stand that spot and see is free. Hold on. Let me pull this up here. Let me pull this thumbnail up here. It's already been 2 hours and a half, y'all. I'm going to spot check some of the lies, but I want to bring this up to you. Is it on my old system? This is the thumbnail for the video that I did regarding why our young black men are being targeted. Hold on. This is the thumbnail. Here. When you can, just go out and watch the video, even if you can't get through the whole entire video. But this is why I explain why our young men are being targeted. Hold on. I'll tell you what. Let me just go to my channel real quick and I'll download the video. I download the thumbnail. 1 second. It has Shador Sanders on there. It has Shador Sanders on there. It has Taylor Green on there. And it has Karmelo Anthony on there. Okay, hold on. Let me get it this right here. And then I'll show you the thumbnail, y'all. Watch this right here. Watch this video here whenever you get a chance. I think I released this about 2 weeks ago. Here's the thumbnail. This is the thumbnail, y'all. Targeted black male athletes. This is the thumbnail. Live recap. Shador Sanders, Taylor Green, and Karmelo Anthony. And I lay it out why our young black men, especially the student athletes, is being targeted. He's running his chops and getting paid for nothing. Facts, Rachel. Facts. Their young life's just getting started. That's why they taking them like that, cutie pie, because they're just so young. Caught alive. Hey, what's up? Hey, how you doing, T. Livingston? I see it. My God, a baby Lord. Yes, this is too much. Yeah, 13 years old in South Carolina last week on the 20th of July. He went into a temporary foster home, 13 years old. He wasn't even there that long. He was a young 13-year-old black boy, temporarily there, and he had two white foster brothers, 116, 117, started an altercation in the house, brutally beat him. I'm going to say they brutally beat him, and then they stabbed him multiple times. And then after that, they took him down to the water and drowned him and left his body there. Yeah. It's too much, but guess what? God has given us strength to keep pushing forward, because if not, it's just going to get worse and worse and worse and worse. I think he was saying, I think what he was saying sounds stupid, but he's telling how it is. I understand. I do understand. Actually goes, because it's the honest corruption through and through, from bottom, top, side to side. I understand. But golly, some of the stuff just didn't make sense. Some people will be going to prison. Facts. That's why I said that Willie D needs to bring on some prosecutors. Queen, I agree with them defense attorneys on one side and seeing it one way. Right. It's like they can't switch over or say, hey, a prosecutor could. All he needed to say, hey, I'm a defense attorney, but I've seen prosecutors handle the case this way. He could have just switched. No, he was marketing, baby. He was marketing. What's crazy about these young men, see, they're being around the same age. Yes. You got it, baby girl. You got it. We've been saying this. This is going on for so long. I thank God now we have the capability to let the world see and what's been done over here in old USAA. And they was chiming in from what she says. Well, they was chiming in from Ghana, Africa, Australia, Korea, Japan. I mean, crazy. I mean, all over the world. I think I had somebody over here in Australia one time. And where was the other person? Was it the Philippines? I can't remember, but definitely Germany. Definitely Germany and Europe. Definitely. Folks better wake up before it's too late. God sees everything. Baby girl, it's jealousy because these young men are better. Just my opinion, but my mind keeps speaking about whether or not they are still in the youth. I say yes, underground. I say yes. Right, man, not boy. Come on with it. Yep, they want the organs. Come on with it. They are so young. They should come on with it. I agree, Tony. Marketing at its best. Come on with it, baby girl. I agree. Marketing. That man was marketing. Yes, but see, he actually probably would have got more potential clients if he could say, yes, this is how I would do it. But I've seen the prosecutor could approach it this way. See, I'm like, oh, okay, because I want somebody who's going to defend me, but also thinks like a prosecutor. So you're prepared for just in case you get what's his name, Bill Whiskey. I want somebody who has a dual mindset. Be my prosecutor, but I need you to think like be my defense attorney. Be my defense attorney, but I need you to think like a prosecutor also. Yeah, come on, give me both sides of this. We're very diverse in here, Texas. Welcome to the Big D. The Big D. Okay, welcome. Cool hands from the Father. Gotcha. Cool hands. I gotta put that up here. That's okay, cause the Lord says they may gather together, but not by me. Isaiah 54 and 15. Come on with it. Free Karmelo. Amen. Karmelo. We need to let go of our black and brown. The Browns are legal in the country. They get way more support and representation from the Democratic Party. I know. Black Americans have no representation in government. I know what you're saying, but I can't totally agree. Catch the hint. I know what you're saying. But you'll be surprised who's behind the scenes. I got what you're saying, but you'll be surprised. I can't help but laugh when you say them people don't have a future. Yes, free Karmelo Anthony said, Miss Tony, Karmelo Anthony family needs the help and exposure. Nancy Grace had Taylor look like a big boot. I gotta go out there next. Nancy, God dang, she must have had him up real good. Y'all coming back to back. Yes, she did. Okay. That's because they decided which defendants to fight for and which not. Oh, gee. Yes, Tony, let's remember the ones in prison just as much as the dead ones' life go on. Support Karmelo pro-black athletes and entertainments who have influence because we support them. Right. Say something. They don't like people talking about wrongfully conviction, period. I talk about wrongfully convicted. Today is 51 days of Karmelo Anthony wrongfully conviction. I say it every time that I open up my lives. That's my battle has been impossible. Please check your comments. My response to you, Nancy, let the God dang. I gotta go out and watch this right here. You welcome. Thank you, Tony, for Karmelo content. You're the best. Come on, thank you. Free Karmelo. Thank you so much, Miss Shirley. Minister Farrakhan with the Nation of Islam teach all your wrong people martial arts. I'm trying to tell you. They can juggle both. Each plate should have a protein, starch, and veggie. Other can fill their plates with more cases. All about young mint facts. I never left Karmelo Anthony. No, you didn't. I know you didn't. I just asked everybody on my channel tonight to keep Karmelo in our prayers. Wells need to turn their life to the Lord and things will change for them. That's why I type my stuff in code, because it's hard to get your videos. What? Seeing if you talk about wrongful convictions at all, they don't want people to know they do it all the time. Well, we on day 51. I got my son in karate class. He's been taking it for 5 years. See what I'm saying, y'all? Okay. On the NIL, I understand. Got it. Sorry for the time. You good. Don't worry about that. Is it real or real? I don't know. Keep Karmelo on the spotlight. Yes. Our young adults must vote. Get those old geezers out of there. Come on with it. If you hit if you like button and hype up the video. Hype up the video comes after the video is processed, so about 30 minutes to an hour after the video. I ran out of 3 hypes, but I would hype 3 from my other channel after the live. Thank you so much. Yeah. But hey, I'm gonna be coming on. So whenever you feel like you want to hype up a video, because some nights I feel like I'm here and some nights I feel like I'm here. So, but thank you for whenever you do hype up the videos. Yes, I guess with an NIL, even a high school. Yes, they're getting money in high school. Yes, and it only but so many of these deals. So if the black players now are like student athletes with GPAs out the roof, I mean, the white young males and the families may start feeling away because hey, they can't compete with it. They can't compete. Yes, sue them all. Yes, they didn't do anything. They should have picked up Grandpa Bart, Warren, Wyatt, and his mother, Katie, to their husband and immediately interrogate. Somebody even question them. At least question them. They didn't even question them. Hit the like buttons and 100 button for Tony. Thank you so much, Lady E. I'm good, recovering from a T. Ooh. Okay, sorry about that. Okay. Ooh. I hope you feel okay. And they don't want us to use to teach their children either. And they don't want us to teach their children either. Okay. I heard Rita say that our oppressors are going to start seeing the ancestors. Can you get a clip of the... What's that again? Hey, retype that or just email me. You know how to email me. I couldn't believe one of the YouTuber channels I came across, they showed they wanted a darker skin so bad a lady was selling drinkable solution of melanin ingredients and water. Yes, that is true. Hey, how you doing? That is true. They're starting to drink melanin liquid now to get a darker skin. That is true. But I already know this. I think they're going to start messing... that melanin is foreign to their body. The type of melanin we have is foreign to their body. I think it's gonna be flipped, and it's probably gonna kill them, y'all. I think it's gonna kill them. Darvo, that's right. To get darker skin, let me start over. You can get a clip of the video where the lady, they said they like to hurt. Okay, yeah, because it was a short. Let's see, defamation lawsuit coming. Be advised. Destin, I saw that too. That was a question. Do the Wells? Oh, I don't know, Lady E. Let's see here. Hey, thank you so much, Betty, baby girl. Thank you so much, baby girl. Hold on. Let me see here. Let me see what I can put in here. Hold on. Let me see if I can pull it up real quick. Let's see here. Let me see here. White lady. Let's see here. White lady warns Black Americans. I know when I see it. Okay, so this is Daryl. That was 6 days ago. Oh, let's see here. But if I don't find it in the next 30 seconds, I most definitely will. Because she was, I know her face. Let's see, was hurt Black bodies. Let's see here. I'm gonna play this one right here. This is not it, but this is about now this white woman is saying that we're being hunted. She was reporting on the Daryl Lowry case, the 13-year-old young boy that I told you that was stabbed and drowned by a couple of white racists. That's her words. Hold on. Right here, talking. Hold on.
A Black child. There was another murder of a Black child in Modoc, South Carolina, and nobody is talking about it. Major media outlets won't bring it up. And I would like to help bring attention to this because Daryl's life had value. If the roles had been reversed and a white child had been stabbed and drowned by two Black children, it would be all over the globe. This is Daryl Lowry. He had recently been placed in the home of Bernie Hamby, who is a county council chairman and runs a foster care out of his home. Apparently, he was fast asleep on the day or the morning that this occurred when Daryl was stabbed and held underwater by two of his foster children. And I use the term children loosely because one of them is 17. This is the mugshot of one of them, the 17-year-old. His name is Landon Austin Moore. He and another juvenile stabbed Daryl Lowry and then drowned him, holding him underwater, and then left his body floating in the water at the dock. Again, I want you to imagine if the roles were reversed, how this would be handled in the meat. Daryl's life had value, and there were people that loved him. His life circumstances weren't great, but he was loved, and he wanted to go home. If the state is going to take children away from their parents, and sometimes it's necessary, and then the state fails you in protecting you, and the foster parent fails in protecting, accountability must be paid.
And this is what was said. Black Americans are being hunted. So let me look for that one more time, and then I'm gonna let y'all go. Let's see here. If I can't find it in the next 10 seconds, I will definitely bring it back to you. Okay, hold on.
This is as United States. Now, in this America and a divider, American, in that deep, deep psychic pain
means folks that look fuck stopped. There wasn't even an anti-lynching bill until the 2020s. There was.
I'm looking for a face. Okay, so it's not that one. Hold on. Let me try one more. Okay, I didn't find it, but I would definitely find it for you later, okay? Tony, thank you so much for staying on top of the Karmelo situation. There seem to be so many distractions to keep us focused. Otherwise, you're doing a great job. Thank you, Stacy G. Thank you, Stacy. But they didn't like black people. But they don't like black people, right? But they got masks and drinking melanin. Just be under advisement. There are civil lawsuits against content creators speaking on the boys that were allegedly. See, I told you. I really don't even speak on that case right there. See? Alleged that has been with him. I'm recording. Thank you. That's fine. I really don't even talk about him anyway. That is totally, hey, record some more and please share Tony Talks vested up content. Please. But since Bart, let me tell you one thing. Since Bart is a college player, I report on NFL. I hope you recording this also. I also report on sports. Please record all you want to. Do you think that scares me? I'm a sports content creator. I only crossed over because the injustices against the black community. I want you to record this too. You make sure you go ahead when you're recording this here. Oh, you did this about 30 minutes ago. I want you to tell them that the injustice got so bad in America that you got black sports content creators reporting on the Karmelo Anthony case, reporting on Daniel Erving, reporting on TJ Davis, and even I just started mentioning Nolan Wells because Bart is a football player. Don't you see the football players up here? So what you gonna report? Oh gosh, they think what you gonna do? What you gonna do? Hey, please I told y'all, and I didn't even know this was in here. Please record and make sure you get my best sides. Make sure you get my beginnings, my middles, and my ends. Make sure you get all of them. Make sure, and when you bring up my name and my channel, you make sure you tell them I've been reporting on Karmelo Anthony for the last 51 days. And you let them know that I brought up Bart because he's a football player. See, I know how to play the game. I know how to play the game. And didn't I say allegedly? But didn't I say I said I know why he is may go to the NFL? Please get my best shots, get my best content creators. Make sure you get my best. Get my best now. Do me right. Do me right when you go ahead and report on Tony Talks Vested Up. What the hell? What you gonna do to me? Hell, I report on Tom Brady. What you gonna do to me about a Bart? I don't even know who a Bart is. Matter of fact, it was who mentioned his name? It was Warren. So make sure you report on Warren too for mentioning his name. Y'all people are crazy. I'm a sports content creator. You crazy? That's the angle I took. And that's the angle I'm gonna keep. What the record that? Record all you want to. You know, if Dr. Mathis go to Mississippi, Mississippi is already gonna burn facts. Well, the Black Panthers got there about 8 days ago. Destin, I know crazy, right? It's for sure. These people in the mask think they slick. What if they get the mask on and it won't come? Oh gosh. Hey, somebody had contacted me about the melanin. What if they drank the melanin, right? What if they drank the melanin and what if they drank the melanin and it can't be reversed? Like, what if they come up polka dots all over? Listen, I fully that's a lot of what's happening. Those masks are realistic. Look, that should be legit. Queen, I got information about Linda. Okay, thank you for that. What's up, Dan Danny? How you doing? Early birthday tomorrow. How you doing, Dan Danny? Happy birthday. Happy early birthday. Central Cali in the house. Better late than never. What's up, Tony? Come on with it. I fully believe. I don't blame you, Queen. I wouldn't entertain foolishness. Sister, be careful with X. Listen, they contacted me. They the one came under my channel and just went crazy and ham. I didn't even do nothing. I'm just going on. I go on X looking for my Shador Sanders content. Let's see here. We need to be crystal clear about our united power and how to effectively bring it to this corrective justice system. They need to know we mean business and we will dismantle justice. Tony, you are amazing for not promoting your platform for no. It really concerns me with the interruption because they won't. I don't understand the research. I research because hey, I'm informed too. I'm informing my own self. Shirley, what's up, Barry? This Shirley. When my husband was wrongly incarcerated and my old pastor was one church was in the first place. Hey, how you doing, Cindy? That's it. It's a 501c paper. That's right. It's a 501c paper. Hey, family, gives them tax-free studies, and it means now you ain't had to put it like that. You ain't had to put it like that. No assistant from church. I got my loved one's story. No assistant from church, and I got my loved one's story straight. In Al Sharpton's hands and crickets. No help from the church, and I was paying tithes. Owns them, any organization under the status owns them. Gotcha. Please check your email tomorrow morning. Gotcha. Begging makes people hate you. Everybody don't have extra money. Right. And trust me, I understand that. Everyone don't have extra money. They're trying to be supportive. Facts. Hey, how you doing, Miss Tony? Queen, they found a black. when they unalive young black men, they're trying to make sure that at the age they can't reproduce. That is right, Destin. Tony, you getting tired 2 hours in? Yep, maybe so. You just keep doing what you're doing, lady. Tony, no baloney. Thank you, babe. The Lord does not give us what we cannot bear. We have to learn the hard way sometimes. Oh my gosh. Oh, that story just been. Oh my gosh, the story. Mississippi is nothing but fallen angels. It's the pit of hell. God dang, Charlie. Yeah, I needed that laugh. I got a dual mindset, Tony. Yes, you do. Come on. Yeah, I bet you do. Hey, how you doing? Protected by God. How you doing? Let us be obedient to the law and order of the Lord and not follow the beast. Yeah, right. We all need discernment in our lives, especially our children. Protect our children at all costs. Who is the light white lady running her mouth that she fears the young blacks and now young kids? Ooh. I have never left Karmelo. Hey, how you doing, CJ? I saw you earlier. At our young ones, I never left Karmelo Anthony at all. Our young ones have well that are gone and never forgotten. Come on with it. I appreciate Nancy for Nolan, but she wasn't. That's what I didn't understand. And she had on Jeff Madcow, Nancy Grace, because she hadn't even reported on the gentleman's agreement. Nancy Grace should have doubled back and apologized to the Karmelo Anthony family and Karmelo Anthony when she found out about that gentleman's agreement, and she hasn't done so as of now. So I don't even, but not Karmelo facts. No, about the Wells need to turn their lives to the Lord cause of their troubles. The word says many are the affliction of the righteous, but the Lord delivers them out of them all. Come on with it. Tony, you like pew the Danny, why are you coming in here late messing with me, Danny? Well, happy birthday tomorrow. Why are you coming in here messing with me? Our melanin has a special coated carb, and we are the oldest carbon dated race in the planet. Facts-based evidence. Ooh, gotcha. The young man didn't drown, and they know otherwise with audio. Oh yeah. And then somebody had the crazy man right there on Willie D. Where he at? He even brought that up. Have I dropped it yet?
Why did the cops do that?
He said when he gonna say, because everything that Willie D had brought up regarding the being Crump press conference, right? He had the nerve to say, why didn't Ben Crump address the audio clip? That wasn't the time for Ben Crump to address the audio clip. The audio clip was only for Nolan's Wells case, not the whole. It wasn't the time for that. He said, why Ben Crump didn't validate that? Ben Crump don't have to validate that for the public. He was there serving the public and giving exposure to all the cases. Come on, man. That man was crazy, y'all. Let me get him on my screen. But they should know they can't duplicate melanin, something that the Most High put in us, right? I got a terrible feeling while visiting my son's father and saw. I've never went to Charleston. I know exactly what you're saying. Well, at least this spy has identified herself, right? Talk, Tony. What's up, Peter Supernatural? About being reported, God says, touch not my anointed and do my prophet no harm. I said, also too, you had compliments about, but right. I said, based off that, see, they went in there, all they saw was, look, that's what they do. They just see the thumbnails and just come in here. You stupid. They stupid, y'all. Oh, well, watch out. Don't get. I ain't even do nothing. Block the troll. Now let them keep talking. It's very strange. How do they know you speaking on these subjects? What type of motives do they have? Free Karmelo. Come on with it. Free Karmelo. I would be your first witness, Tony. Man, I'm a what? That's why I approached it that way. Oh, football, I got you. Come on with it. What's good? This is crazy for someone to come in the chat and say something like that. That thing was laughable. What Say you, Tony, run tell that Jack. Just get my best sides. Happy birthday. Yes, today's my late mother. Ooh, 64. Good gracious. Ooh. Tell Miss, I'm gonna record you. That's when the ancestors come, and listen, she better be careful that she don't know who she playing with. Shake that. What? Hey, listen. It's funny when they see people, they don't see the spirits of us. That's one thing they don't take in consideration, the spiritual power that we have. They just think that we're like them, which is void and empty. That is not a see, y'all. I told you that they still don't know who we are. We're not void and empty. We're not shells of what humans supposed to be. We are spiritual people. That lady, listen, we are covered in the blood of Jesus. I just said that and I didn't see this. We're covered in the blood of Jesus. Cover, make sure you tell them allegedly, not tell them we covered in the blood. Whatever her name was. Thank you, Miss Donna. I'm gonna stop messing with you. I know outside Donna. Oh, okay, about your birthday. You're welcome. Yes. Tony, I got your back. These people crazy. The freedom of speech platform is no better. All I did was talking about his stats. I said, based off this, yeah, I can see him going to the NFL. She crazy, y'all. She crazy. Tony ain't tired. She just getting started. Come on with it, Tano. What's up, Peter, my internet cousin? Hey, y'all, these are some of my Shador Sanders supporters. Happy early birthday. Yes. What's up, Peter, my internet cousin? Happy birthday. What's up, CJ? Double vested up. I'm done, y'all. Thank you, Peter. Can't wait for Freaking Friday. Oh, here we go. Let's see what's going to do. And Peter, and also Dan Daddy, when y'all see Coach Drake, tell Coach Drake I'm looking for him again. I'm reporting on both sides of the channel now. I'm looking for him. I miss Coach Drake. AI, they translate every word said in the videos. Hey, how you doing, Rosetta? Hey, Vestas and Tony, I missed the show because I was baking cookies. Free Carmelo, bring him home. Amen. I was baking cookies. Come on with it. Will do, Tony. Thank you so much. All right, Vestas, I got through that. Just touched 3 hours, Vestas. Just touched 3 hours. So if you didn't get a chance, go out to Willie D and watch the whole entire, because it actually was good. The Willie D video that came out about 11 o'clock today has 3 hours and 13 minutes, but it didn't last that long. Half of the first hour was him and this lawyer here. So it's probably about an hour and a half or a good solid hour, but it was good. It was very good, very good, very good. Woo! Yeah. All right, good night, everybody. So until next time, make sure you go ahead and get your notes, your drink, and your vest, because we stay vested up over here 365 degrees at Tony Talks Vested Up. Yes, compelling sports edge. Come on with it. Good night, cutie pie, everybody. I gotta go out and see the videos that y'all was telling me about. I need to go see Nancy Grace. I guess I need to go see Nancy Grace. All right, Vestas, I'll talk to you next time. All right, Vestas, and make sure you record my good side. Don't record my bad side. And make sure you get my best content. And make sure you say we plead the blood of Jesus over here. You rat. Go out. All right, CJ.